Who's Andrew?
Yeah.
Or should I say?
The only thing you guys have to do now
Bjorn.
is to tell me where of the locations that I let you know. Hey, how's it going, Hound? Sorry, I just saw somebody join us.
Is it
I
Paul?
believe the E is pronounced.
It's not Paul. It's actually
hello,
someone
Hound.
from another Twitch show that I really enjoy.
Oh,
That
cool.
I can't remember the name of. Hound, what's your show called? Wait, Shady Hollow.
The Adventures of
Welcome to
Batman and
Shady
Robin.
Hollow. It's a good show.
Shady Hollow.
Yeah, so the only thing you guys have to do now is you have to pick a location. Now, I'm pretty sure I know which one you're going to pick.
Skull Island.
Do you mean Hornpain, Canada?
Nope. Skull
Lol,
Island.
lol, lol.
No one wants to go to Hornpain, Canada. Not even
I don't
in
even know what
fiction.
Hornpain Canada
Everybody
is.
wants to go
I
to
go
It's a
to, I
real
go to
thing.
Hornpain, Canada sometimes.
Yeah, look.
Sometimes at Halloween.
If we go to Primate Island, I can't bring my car.
Okay, I didn't make that one. You guys don't get to pick that one. I don't have a monster for that.
Oh, okay. You
Blame
mean you
somebody
don't
else
have a
for that,
giant
'cause I don't know
primate?
where it is.
Just modify the rules on a Sasquatch or something.
I'm a Sasquatch.
I don't have a Sasquatch plan. I don't give us planned things. No. You guys get to pick your own thing. But I have an idea which one you're gonna pick. So go ahead and we'll start with Paul and go around clockwise. So Paul,
Oh, am I next?
what's
Can
your
I
choice?
pass?
No, Matt's next.
My vote is the small
Perfect.
town of Ferryden in upstate New York.
Okay.
Winter is coming quickly, and the residents are in danger from an unlikely source.
All right, Matt.
I want the
Matt, do you go by
something
Matty or Matt?
terrifying in both.
Oh, I have you in the wrong spot. Hang on.
Stay still. Don't move.
Oh crap.
Mm.
This one goes here. This one goes.
Whoa!
Day.
There we go. Okay, now I have them correct. Okay, Matt, what do you want?
What's going on?
Oh yeah. I want something terrifying and awful is prowling around a campground deep in the wilderness of Quebec.
Yes, I want you
All
to
right.
break out
Wait,
your
that's
best
on here?
Quebecois accent,
Yes.
because that's the one I'm going for too.
It's been on there for a while. I told you guys I
That's
added
two's
something.
for Quebec.
Wow,
Okay,
I
two
cannot
for
read.
Quebec. No, it wasn't your turn yet, Jake. But where do you want to go, Sam?
Can I? I don't know. Well,
I changed
have
my
to-
choice to Quebec.
Okay, well there we go. Done.
Okay,
Good
well, that
job,
fixes
Paul.
that problem. All right. So, as native Canadians, how should I say that word?
Quebec?
Which one?
Which
The
word?
Q one.
Quebec.
Quebec.
Quebec. It's like there's a W after a K.
My
Quebec.
grandmother's
Whoa.
from Quebec.
Okay,
but,
Quebec. I've heard it said
no,
like Quebec, but
Quebec.
I want to say it properly, so we're gonna go with Quebec.
Like the
You're
Quebecois?
Everyone's gonna
It's
tell you you did
Quebec.
it wrong or right. It's
Hey,
not
so
matter.
people
And we're a
listening,
bunch
they're
of
all
Ontarians,
Canadians, so I
so-
defer to them if there's Canadian confusion. So
That's right.
Canadian
Maple
confusion
syrup.
should be
I'll take
the
the heat.
subtitle
Well, for
of this episode.
Oh dear.
What's
Blame
the
the
subtitle?
Canadians.
Canadian
No, it's just
confusion.
story, eh?
Andrew,
It's a Canadian
Can you bring me a hair tie? My loves.
Can you put on the
Sorry.
other, like the thing that just shows up for Discord?
What?
Because watching us 5 seconds
Oh yeah.
behind is
Get your head in.
Yeah, I can't
Got
help
it.
you there.
Yeah. The only reason
That's
really
much
to go
better.
and look at that is to see if you want to like what the chat sees and is saying.
Yeah, I would just like cover up the screen, like make your screen half a screen and then cover it up so that you don't have to watch yourself.
You know how
Yeah,
you
pretty
can
much
put
it is.
your
just come up as small windows.
you know
Skype
how
was
you can
doing
put
that.
your character sheet as like an extra window. I'm just putting my character sheet over that.
There you go. That'll do.
Hmm.
Alrighty. So, I want to go around again, and we'll try this clockwise again.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with Paul, and I want you
Hello.
to tell me real quick about your character.
Oh, all right. Oh, dang. All right. So, I am playing a door-to-door salesman who died in the 1930s under the circumstances of his vehicle ran out of gas and he had to cross a swamp to get to a gas station. And when he was in the middle of the swamp, a rift, one of these rifts that you say open up, then monsters come through.
Yep. how that works.
Opened, and a monster came through and killed him immediately. But the magical energy of the rift transformed his spirit into a will-o'-the-wisp. So the World War II came and went, and about 10 years after that, after just kind of haunting the swamp for a long time, he discovered that he could inhabit his bones. And so William Framboise, the Irish, French, Canadian door-to-door salesman, became Willie Whisper. So when he inhabits his own bones, he looks completely human, except that he's super pale. I think that because I chose to be a monstrous, I had to choose a weird thing between I need to feed or a vulnerability, pure drive or dark master. And I chose pure drive, an emotion that rules me. So because Willie Whisper grew up in basically the Great Depression, he's very prideful of his appearance, his door-to-door salesman tact. And so he uses makeup to conceal how pale he is. And he's still, through the decades, continued being a door-to-door salesman. And occasionally, when he catches wind of a monster in the area, he hunts it down. Although he may have been around for 80 plus years, he has only ever killed 3 himself. And he drives a 1930s Bentley 8-liter, which is
cool.
a completely badass car. I don't know much about cars, but I saw that one and went, oh yeah. So
awesome.
Over the years, I did some research. Apparently door-to-door salesmen, I mean, they barely exist anymore, but in some places you'll get door-to-door salesmen for cosmetics or air conditioners. So depending where he is at this point in time in 2019, he sells one or the other.
Cool. I was going to say the only door-to-door salesmen I've ever had were Mormons.
Right. Well, they're selling the Lord.
Yes.
Can I offer you some God?
The Mormon.
The
Mormon
guy.
Lord.
Yeah. All right, Matt, go ahead and tell me about your character.
All right, I'm Gord Samerton. I'm a real nice guy. I have been blessed with the gift of foresight. You could say I could see a bit into the future. I usually see about 12 different possible futures. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are really good. One of them never really seems to happen, but it's really, really good. I kind of get lonely because I kind of know everything that's about to happen. So nothing really surprises me. Mundane, boring, day-to-day routine life is like the worst for me. So I've kind of slowly in my like seeking of a meaningful life have gotten into monster hunting. It's kind of the one thing that can surprise me, the one thing that like keeps changing the rules on the life I've done in the past. And yeah, other than that, I've just spent a lot of time trying to find other people like me, maybe that can see the future, maybe that are sort of similar, but really I've just found a lot of internet trolls.
Hang on. My husband said the stream dropped.
That's a problem.
Did it drop? It still looks live to me, Andrew.
Maybe the stream dropped you, Andrew.
Yeah,
Take
Andrew, I think
that.
it's your computer problem because it's fine on my end.
Yeah, I can see it on my end too.
Yeah, it's you, Andrew.
Oh.
Poor Andrew.
Get your stuff together, Andrew.
I appreciate it though. Love you. I know. He says you're good now. All right. I wasn't gone. All
I
right.
love you. I know.
Uh,
I need to close the door. All right. So I love your character. So we have a monstrous, right? That's what yours is, Paul.
yeah, a
And,
will o'
you
the
are the
wisp
flake,
inhabiting
right?
his own bones. Willie Whisper.
And Maddie, you're the flake.
The flake.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
Aw.
So Sam, tell me about your character. Yours is interesting. For a variety of
So-
reasons.
So, my mother was born a dragon knight, and she was raised to like fight off rift creatures by her parents, and I guess like the council encourages that, like the Dragon Knight Council. But she wound up falling in love with some guy that she saved from a witch. And she didn't give that guy very much info about herself. So she's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I have my day job. But she didn't like say, I'm a dragon knight. Look at me do magic. But he kind of like figured something was going on. So he tried doing research into what she might be, because he found this book on that witch and like didn't like kept it for himself and didn't tell her about it. Was like reading it and started like doing some magic. He's kind of freaked out and he's like, oh, maybe if I can do spells too, I can like protect myself or help her. But he didn't know that doing magic would corrupt him. So my mom got pregnant without even knowing that he was delving into magic, and then found out that he was, and she's like, oh geez, well now I have a witch child, and apparently witch children, witches want to murder them and use their deaths to like make magic and stuff. That's right.
Mm-hmm. They're basically
so she's like, okay.
Shining beacons of come eat me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, basically tiny magical batteries.
Aw.
Yeah. So
Adorable
my dad
batteries.
wasn't like totally evil yet. He was like, oh, just a little bit, like getting some creepy urges and stuff. So he's like, oh, well, I don't want them to eat my baby. So they fled out into the mountains and like raised me out in the mountains where like people wouldn't see me very much. And like, but then somehow another witch found me and was like, haha, now I will have all the power. And my dad was like, well, guess I better use my magic to save her. So he used magic again, but then he started getting evil because he's getting like corrupted and stuff by the magic. And so I asked him, like, holy crow, how did you do that? And he's like, well, I learned some spells from this book that I have, but it's forbidden. You can never touch it. But he didn't tell me that it made him evil. Then he got all evil and he started getting urges to like kill me and turn me into power for him. So my mom realized it was happening and
Bye-bye.
kicked him to the curb. Was like, hey, you're out of here. And then she had to like run away and hide because she's like, if he tells any other witches, then everyone's gonna try and murder me. And I didn't really know what was going on because nobody explained that he went evil because he did magic. So I found his book after he got kicked out and was like secretly reading it myself and like practicing it in the woods and stuff.
You found Dad's diary?
Not his diary, his magic book. The spell book that he got off that other witch back in the day.
I bet it was part diary too, though, right?
Yeah, sure. He like scrawled in like the corners. I love this one.
She's learning to walk, and it's great. Here's how to consume the souls.
You found the book of the Half-Blood Prince, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so like I'm doing magic, but my mom didn't really realize. She just thought, oh, I see some vague magic. Must just be her being a dragon knight. Yay. But then I started getting all these urges, like I wanted to like do bad stuff to people and keep stupid secrets. And
Like
eventually
dissect birds.
Yeah, dissect birds, steal cookies and lie to mom about it. Get angry
serial
over
killer
stupid
stuff.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize, I thought I was just being a normal teen. But
Every teen.
Every teen
Just
goes
like
through
every
the
teen.
murdering small animals phase. It's fine.
right. Yeah, for sure, right? So anyway, then eventually my mom started training me and be like, okay, well, you're a dragon knight, you gotta know all this stuff, the council this, council that, and taught me about the magic. I'm like, oh, that's why I'm feeling really angry. So I burnt the book, but I still had some of the spells in my head. And so I don't want to get caught because apparently witches and stuff can maybe see that I'm doing magic and then they'll want to murder me.
Aw.
So I kind of just do magic when other rift creatures are around. Because I feel like I really... The what? Yeah, it's because it disguises it because they're not sure, oh, is it that creature doing the magic or is it her?
Alright.
But I really, really want to do magic, so...
Yeah.
I hunt.
So she is the spooky, which I told her that she was not allowed to use as a dragon knight, and then she convinced me otherwise with this awesome backstory.
Welcome to my life.
Eating babies, totally normal. Yes, Hound. Totally normal. All right, Jake, it is your turn. Tell me about your awesome character.
My character is Lord Reginald Montague III.
Best character ever.
And he is your basic, great white hunter of the 1800s. Like,
Uh-oh.
he'd go down to Africa and hunt lions and, rhinos and all the big game. And then he started getting hired to go after different type things, like your basic monsters and stuff that doesn't normally exist. He worked for the Queen Victoria. He was basically like the Sherlock Holmes of hunting. And then through some means, he disappeared and was presumed dead around the year 1900.
And we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. But yeah, he was basically your big game hunter from the 1800s.
Like that hunter guy from Jumanji, right?
Yeah, okay. He looks like the hunter guy from Jumanji. He's
We're all
got the
thinking.
big
All right,
white
now we
hat
have-
and
now we have
the
an
mutton
image in our
chops
heads.
and-
That's
Yeah.
right. They got the safari helmet and everything.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so now that we know who everyone is, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. I'm trying to think of where to begin. So you, the first three, you guys are like a team, right? Like you guys met each other and you like go around and actually like hunt monsters together, right?
Oh, I had to
yes.
make room in my car for them, but yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, you're not allowed to eat
So
in
much
his
makeup
car, but
back
you are
there.
allowed to go and chase monsters in it.
If you damage the upholstery, I'll have your heads.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong accent. That was Scottish.
that was
I can't do
kinda-
this. Shit.
At
You
least
can
got
do
your
it
two.
well.
I'm not
got
gonna
the
French
connect
Canadian
with
for a
them
very long
because
time.
They flip and flop so
I've
much.
got I think my it's a stick shift, right? But like the stick shift is a skull.
Nice.
Naturally,
I love that.
we basically
right.
have the Munster hot rod.
So
But nicer,
we
cleaner.
are not starting with you guys in the car. We are gonna start with our friend. What Jake? What's your character's name?
You can just call him Montague.
Montague. Correct. Okay, so we're gonna start with Montague.
No cheese puffs in the car.
Oh my I didn't swear. If you damage my car.
Thank you. So, Lord Montague, you are somewhere off the coast of Africa somewhere. You are on an island, and you are hunting something very large, with very large footprints, and you are nearing a cave. And the footprints seem to lead into the cave. What do you do?
I'm gonna follow them into the cave.
So you follow these footprints into a cave, and inside the cave, there's sort of this, a sound of, like, dissonant chanting coming from somewhere deep inside the cave.
Can I investigate a mystery?
You can.
Ooh, first roll of the night.
I would like
That
to.
is a sharp roll. So as he's
Figure
doing
out
that, I will explain. I think everyone on the chat right now would know this, but in Monster of the Week, there are 2 dice, and you roll a 2d6s, and a 0 to a 6 is a failure, a 7 to 9 is a mixed success, and 10 plus is a full success. And there's different categories and stuff that we do. So
Good for you, Susanna. I
Is your
never
mic not
explained it
working?
in our show at all. So people have no idea why we're rolling what or what goes on.
I remember when I first started listening, I was like, I'm gonna figure this out eventually.
Yep. No, we just tried to keep it to the story.
So, does
But then I
Jake
felt
wanna roll?
afterwards like, I should have maybe.
Yep. Sorry, I was just looking at the sheet here and seeing if there's anything else. I have tactical genius for the professional says when you read a bad situation, I can roll plus cool instead of plus sharp.
Yeah, you
Would I
can
consider
roll,
this a bad situation?
Yeah, I think a case could be made that this is a really bad situation.
I mean, it's going into a dark cave and
Yeah,
there's weird
yeah.
chanting
You're
noises.
kind
so.
of you're not exactly looking for the monster. You kind of know where it is. So, you can go ahead and do read a bad situation. It's still I guess it would be a cool roll instead of sharp then.
Yep.
Is that a power that your character has?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, I just gotta make sure.
It is. I just go with whatever.
Have you listened
Oh,
to our
wow.
show? He tries to bluff me on rolls all the time.
Dang.
What?
Okay,
That's
we're
not
starting off
entirely true.
strong with a 12.
Double sixes, man.
All right. All right.
Double
All right.
sixes.
Cool.
Nice.
You know what happened
Oh,
the
double
last time
sixes
you got
equals
double
12.
sixes?
That's
Yeah, dude.
way better than our practice rolls.
Yeah. So that is awesome. So, you get
Wait
to
a
ask me
second.
3 questions.
I'll be right
3
back.
questions.
Outside.
Did I do that wrong?
Seems like you did it wrong.
Rolling 2d6 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, so it's only 9.
You rolled with cool, so it should be fine. As long as you've got
No,
your cool
but
stat
if
proper.
Matt's just it's 2d6 plus 3 plus 3. It should only be plus 3 once.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird.
So I think it's 9 instead of 12. I mean, you can give me 12. I'll go with 12. Let's go with 12. 12 is better.
Yeah, why are we telling you this?
Shut up, Matt. Carry on to how good this worked.
I will investigate that in a second. Okay, then you just give me the 3 questions. Off the read
It
about
might be how
situations.
you filled out the sheet there, Jake.
Sorry?
Just how you filled in the your character sheet.
What about it?
The pluses and minuses for each one. You might have put something in weird there.
No, it was something else that popped up.
Okay.
So what sort of tracks am I looking at here?
You have to ask me a question off of the list.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking for a list.
The
Oh,
read about
sorry, it
situation. You
Yep,
look at
no,
that
I can see
PDF that Paul sent you. That'll explain all the roles. So the
Okay,
questions
what's
are.
what's my biggest threat here?
Yeah.
Like, what are these
So-
tracks? What is my biggest threat? What am I following? What
Kind
am I
of going
expecting?
into the cave a little bit, you see a group of you see a group of hooded figures, and they are standing in a circle.
Creepy.
There are some odd markings in a circle on the floor, and in the center of this circle there is a very, very large gorilla,
Damn.
as big as
Like,
a
how large are we
house in
talking?
this cave. Gorilla. And they are
Is it white?
They are
Is this
chanting,
Congo?
and I would say probably the biggest threat to you right now would be, what if the gorilla notices you?
Okay. What's
Great.
I don't know how to follow that up. I'm just
Gorilla,
I'm easy
gorilla
You got two
sitting
more
there
questions?
slowly peeling a
Standing there,
banana. Just
okay, well I'm gonna look for like what's my best way into there? Is this okay? I'm gonna assume that this is something I'm tracking on purpose. So walking into the cage, seeing this thing that I'm tracking isn't super surprising. It's
Yeah.
seeing all the people around.
Seeing all the people is very weird.
Yeah. Okay. So how can I sneak in? Like the question is, what's my best way in? So what's my best way to remain somewhat hidden and move in to get a closer look?
Yeah. So your best way in would be there's like a big boulder there that you could probably sneak up behind and like at least watch what this is going on. You'd be better within earshot and eyesight.
Mm-hmm. Can I get a read on the situation? Like, what are they doing around? They're just chanting around this gorilla. Is the gorilla like?
There's a lot of like
awake, or is
this
he-
green energy that seems to be coming up from the symbols on the floor into this creature.
Purple monkey dishwasher. Purple monkey dishwasher. Purple monkey dishwasher.
Oh, hi, RPG Dungeons. Nice to see you.
Hello.
And the other thing you notice is that the creature seems to be asleep. So you think maybe this is to keep it asleep.
Okay.
And you get one more
What's
question.
most vulnerable to me? Like, is there a way? Like, would I be able to fire a shot off in the air to scare these hooded?
You could certainly, that would certainly cause a reaction with them. They would probably be more vulnerable to you than the giant monster in front of you. So what do you want to do?
Go for it. Blow one away.
Well, I mean, my goal here was to come after this gorilla thing. So you know what? I actually have. I have grenades.
Wow.
What?
You
Like
want to throw one?
1900s grenades?
It's on the list. I don't know. If you don't want to give me grenades now, that's fine. I can do something else.
We know how you feel about chanting now.
Maybe carry the grenades with you into
You
the
know,
future.
I don't want to give you anything that's like I don't want to give you anything that's like not for the time period, but this is like the 1900s, so
What's the 1900s version
The
of a
late
grenade?
1800s.
Oh, it's like the TNT barrel where you have to like
let's
line
say
up
you
the
have an
long
explosive
line
of some
of
variety. We'll let you have an
gunpowder.
Or it could be a
explosive of some
stick of
variety.
TNT.
You guys
yeah,
have
there
been
you go.
watching way too much, like playing too much
Bugs
Sea of
Bunny?
Thieves.
Yeah, we'll say you
Bugs
have like
Bunny is
literally
funny.
a thing, like one of those like red TNT things. We'll say that's what you have.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a stick of TNT like right at the gorilla thing because my
Okay.
job is to take it out regardless. So
All right, roll kick some ass.
that's my plan.
Oh yeah, they had
All
grenades.
right.
They had versions of grenades as early as the 1500s.
Holy cow, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
Paul Frost.
mostly have like fuses on them. So here you are, like lighting a fuse, and it's going
That's right.
Ah,
Bugs
crap.
Bunny style.
Like an M80.
Good old Google.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I
Oh,
have to actually
nice.
check your rolls because I want to make sure.
No, that's 2d6 plus 1.
Hey, nice.
Hey,
okay,
yeah.
so that
Yeah, you
does
were
actually
probably-
look like that was the correct roll. Okay, good. I just
You
want to
were
make sure.
probably putting hold forward, right, on your last roll.
Yeah, somehow he had like a hold 3 on his last roll. I don't know why he did, but he shouldn't have.
No,
But I gave
it's
him a
because
good
when I
center.
when I click to roll, there's an extra thing that pops up.
Yeah, ignore
Yeah,
that.
how much hold? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do it the first time, and I added the 3 in there, so that's why it was 3 twice.
All right.
Ah. Okay, now we know.
So yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna
It's all good.
read kick some
Okay, so
ass.
you rolled an
Do I
11,
pick
so
this?
you get an extra effect on kick some ass. And go ahead and look at
There's
that list.
no
and tell
other
me which
hunters
one.
around.
Oh, dude, do like
Hmm.
stalagmites get shook free and like spear a few of them?
No. The last one there is you force them where you want them. So I'm going to say that all of these hooded figures book it, and the monkey thing stays unconscious or dead or whatever works best.
I think since you're
Order.
throwing it at the monster, I don't think that's quite gonna go. But I will say that some of them will be surprised because I don't think you could like hit all of them at the once.
No, I'm not kill them, but just scare them off because all of a sudden the monkey just
I
exploded.
think some of
so
them
they're
are
all
going to
going
be scared. But all right, so this is what happens. So you throw this thing, and it arcs just perfectly and lands on top of the head of this giant ape. And you've got maybe 3 seconds before anyone notices
Hold it,
anything. And suddenly, boom, you blow the head of this thing clean off. The hooded figures, you blow a couple of them, into pieces. But not all of them have been blown up. Some of them turn around to you, and one of their hoods falls off, and they point at you, and their eyes glow green. And then some of them the other ones
not
point
green.
at you, and their eyes also glow green. They yell a word in a language you don't know, and then your whole world goes black. Your world goes black, and the next thing you know, you are lying on a very hard surface. And when you open your
It's
eyes,
not my car,
you see
right?
trees above you, and you see the moon.
I see 2 bright lights speeding
And you
towards
see
me.
2 bright lights. Paul,
I shift down as fast as I can. Oh!
Paul,
Can I use my battlefield
I
awareness?
need you
there?
to. I need you to roll.
Like-
Paul, what's your character's name? Is it Willie?
Willie, yeah.
I need
Willie
you to
Whisper.
roll act under pressure, Paul, to avoid hitting this thing that suddenly showed up with a flash of green in the middle of the road.
That's sharp, you said?
That act under pressure is cool.
Cool. I got one cool. All right. Lord Tundrin, we're going to have to swerve for this one. Got your seatbelts on? Did it roll? Oh, no. It didn't roll. I got to go to the thing.
You didn't roll the car.
Go to the right thing here. So, boom.
All
10. Hey!
So you expertly
We're good
maneuver
at this
your
game.
car around this person and come to a screeching halt a couple of feet in front of this person.
A big
And,
fishtail around,
I'm
so
gonna
my
just
headlights
ask you
are still
guys, what
pointed right
happens
at him.
next?
Well, Montague's gonna like hop to his feet, and with a look of shock,
In the
and
car, who
he's
is
gonna
sitting
level
next
his
to me?
rifle at the car.
Is it like I'm in the driver's seat and then Gatria is sitting beside me and Gord kind of like sticks his head
Sure.
from
It's
the
up to you
back seat
guys.
from between us, and is like, what's that? You know, and then I'm like, I have no idea.
Did you freeze?
Can't hear you, Paul.
Paul has been freezing.
What?
Hey, Paul,
Oh.
I'm gonna kick you out of the chat real quick and bring you back in.
I heard Paul fine.
Disconnect from the chat and come back in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kick you out real quick and bring you back, okay?
Okay.
So I want to see if that works better. Where is the chat? There it is.
Oops. Yeah, let's
Remove
stand for
from
fart
There we
noises.
go. And bring it back in. I hope he's in the same spot. Oh no. It's in the wrong spot now. Crap.
I
have to
just
move
wanted to
things
ask
around.
a quick question.
Turd.
In the
There's
car,
2 Pauls.
who is sitting next to me and who's sitting in the back seat?
Front seat.
I'll be in the back.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay.
That works perfect.
Shotty
when
got
I-
it.
So when I fishtail around and the headlights are still pointed at whatever it is I just missed, there's me looking really flabbergasted and Gatra sitting next to me and Gord in the back seat who can lean forward to look between the two of us.
What time of day is it? Is it nighttime or is it daytime?
Nighttime, because the
I think
lights
it's
are on.
nighttime.
It is
Yeah, I got the
nighttime.
headlights on.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the car.
What?
Okay.
I mean, Montague would fire off around.
You son of a...
Why are there
Oh,
Damn
I'm
it,
sorry.
what?
Like he's never seen this thing before. It's just 2 bright lights come flying at him, scream by, and then spin around, and now they're facing at him.
Okay,
Plus, he just traveled
then
through
roll kick some ass.
Roll kick some ass
You
again.
better fail that roll.
Oh shit! It was tough. It was tough. What did I get? Oh,
9.
11.
It was a
9.
9.
Oh, it is 9.
Wow.
Oh.
12, 11, 10, 9.
That's hilarious.
An age.
There's the other guy. Sorry, I've just been moving my screen around trying to find the person because somehow when that happened, it all messed up.
I just want to take out a headlight or something.
Okay, well you rolled 9, so what happens is since that's a mixed success, you shoot the car. You don't manage to take its one of its headlamps out, but you do hit the car, and there's now a hole in your in
In the hood of my car.
yeah. There's now a hole in your front bumper, but the car doesn't move. So are the people in
I'm
the car gonna get out of the
contemplating-
car at some point?
I'm contemplating gearing up and running this guy down
Do we?
because I'm prideful of my vehicle and my appearance.
Oh,
Who?
So we don't-
Oh, yeah.
Who in the Lord's
You have to.
thunder is that?
I put a hand on your fake body. I'm like, whoa, just calm it, and I get out.
Okay.
And I put my hands up. I'm like, hey, we don't mean no harm.
So
Me no harm. I get out of the car and I go to the
so
front bumper and I
Montague,
go,
you see 2 people
"Look what you
get out
did!
of
Look
this
what you did to
car
my car!"
that emerge from what can only be a horrible monster, and they're dressed really strangely. The woman seems to be dressed in like really risque clothing. Like she doesn't have any skirts or anything at all.
Oh, okay.
Just the tightest of pants.
Just the tightest of pants. And you see these 2 people come out of the car. What do you do?
Okay, if he takes a second, I go, "Who the bloody hell do you think you are taking a shot at my motor vehicle?"
He likes his vehicle, man.
I mean, at this point, all Montague can see is 2 silhouettes. I mean,
Lord.
really, because you're back with a light, I can see.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, eh? Lower your weapon,
Yeah.
you son of a not nice
Goat.
person. I can't say things.
Yes,
Son of a
son
goat. I
What-
feel like that's a pretty good Irish insult, right?
You son of
Goats
a
in
goat
Ireland.
loving. Oh, son of a. Oh, you know how long this is gonna take to buff out?
Oh,
There's
it's
a
a
hole.
bloody
It's gonna be
Irishman.
more than a buff.
It's a speed hole.
Oh,
I'm starting to lose my composure and starting to shift from my physical form a little bit. My physical form starts to fade a bit, but I'm trying to hold it together.
Okay, I want you to roll act under pressure. This is your fault. You told me
I
this.
feel like
I shouldn't have done that. Which roll was that?
It's cool.
Cool. Oof, I got one cool.
One cool.
Oh, that's right. I have to click the other thing, and boom.
You instantly,
Not
you
that
are
cool.
piping mad. You immediately become your monstrous form. And Montague, you
Okay.
see this happen. This man turns into a monster right in front of you.
Well,
I
let me
didn't see
describe what
that
happens
coming.
here. My physical form fades completely away, translucent, until there's just basically a skeleton wearing a suit, a very nice suit, by the way, which the skeleton is completely black, and it falls to the ground, and rising up out of it is an orb, a glowing orb with wisps of energy around it, and starts to float with expediency towards you.
Is the suit you're wearing like more closer to the period that Jake was in, or is it just like
Oh no,
like a modern suit?
he stayed up with modern fashion.
I wasn't sure if it was like you're in the suit that you died in, or if you are continually able to like change your
No,
suit.
whenever I regain physical form, I'm completely naked. Unless I like fill into my bones while my bones are wearing a suit.
We're gonna
All
have
right,
to
so
censor that
Montague,
too.
what do you do?
Montague can only do one thing here. Like, there's only one thing that makes sense to him. He's gonna go, oh bloody hell no, and he's a monster just showed up. He's a monster hunter. He's gonna have to shoot.
All right, roll. Roll.
It's a good
kick
thing
smash.
I'm immortal.
That's a 9, so that's a mixed success. And
Do I combat it with a roll?
because you can't like you can't actually hit him. I'm just gonna say that you definitely like you hit his like
Form?
his like floaty
They
object.
put a hole in your nice suit.
Yeah, you definitely like you hit his floaty object, but the bullet just goes straight through and through your windshield.
Oh no!
Okay, the energy ball flares, and I make an attack against him because I can't help myself.
Okay, roll.
I'm gonna come out of the car.
roll kick
and
smash.
I'm gonna use. Oh, okay. You do this, and then I want to do something.
Kicking some ass is I use weird, right?
Do you?
Because I'm monstrous. Hold
Kick
on.
some ass is usually a tough roll. If you have something that lets you use weird, then sure.
It's because I'm using my special attack, I think.
Okay, and what is your special attack?
My special attack is wisp-like energy that comes out and leeches the life out of the other person.
Sweet. Okay,
which
yeah, then
gives
roll
me
weird.
life back and ignores armor because I can put that wispiness.
Yeah, I get it. Go ahead and roll weird.
And let's confirm that roll with another boop. That's a 15.
Holy
Whoa! I'm not without mercy, though. Once I get a taste of his sweet, sweet life force, and
now,
he seems to
wasn't
be
there a thing-
brought to his knees and subdued, I will stop myself.
Okay, how much damage does that do?
That's a good question.
It should say somewhere.
It says extra plus ignore armor to base. It's base magical 1 harm. Oh, I'm supposed to click this. So it's 2 harm.
Okay. Okay, so you, Montague, you immediately feel like you're just being like sucked dry, like your essence is being pulled through your body, and you drop down to your knees. You take 2 harm, so mark that down.
2 harm.
Oh, and I think somebody failed a roll earlier, so
I did,
make sure
yeah,
to
I'm
mark
about to
experience.
that.
Oh, real quick,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, but So there's something called luck in this game, where if you fail a roll that you really want to succeed, you burn a point of luck. And normally in games there's 7 of them. Because this is a one-shot, you only have 2. Because I don't want you using luck on every roll.
Nice.
So
I like
you only
that.
have
Well,
2
for one
points of
evening,
luck
that
that you
doesn't
can
make
use.
sense.
And when you burn a point of luck, it turns the failure into a full success. So just so you know. All right, have you
Yeah, I did mark experience.
does somebody else want to do something?
So is he
I will
is he
stop.
laying
though.
on the
I
ground
will
there?
stop.
Yes, he's like on the ground on his knees, kind of like clutching at his chest.
Can I like
I'm
walk
floating
forward?
above him.
And, can I walk like forward and like reach out my hand and be like, "Hey," and like try and help him up?
You can. How do you respond to that, Montague?
I talk like really softly, like I'm trying to calm a wild animal.
What does Montague do?
Sorry, I missed that. He's
Well, you've taken some damage, and then
Sam's character's trying to pick you up, and
he's trying to pick me up. Okay,
No,
and
I'm
very-
reaching out my hand tenderly, gently,
Oh, help
not
you
in a
up, not
murderous
pick you-
way, and I'm saying, "Hey, can I help you up?"
And you look like a normal person. You're not a
I
scary ghost
I
or
look
skeleton.
totally normal.
I mean, she has a little less clothing than you would expect, so she probably looks like a lady of the night.
True.
There's
yeah, some
you can see her because the light of my body
not-
is probably casting light on her, and I'm above you, so you probably don't know where I am anymore.
and you're still a glowing orb, or are you a
Above you.
skeleton monster? What's going on?
I'm
I'm
above
going
you,
to
yeah.
have walked around. Oh yeah, I don't know about him, but I'm gonna have walked around kind of to the side, so some of the light should be shining on me.
Okay, he's gonna say, "Who the hell are you people?"
Who the hell are you?
As
Why
you
are
help
you on
him
the
up, he will
ground?
take your hand.
I'm Gatria. What are you doing out here? Why are you shooting at our car? Do you need help?
What? Your car? I don't understand.
Yeah,
That
so he
thing
disappeared
right
in
there?
1900, and the first car didn't come until 1908.
I don't know that though.
I know.
And
I'm
all I
just
can
telling
see is
him.
glowing orbs right now.
I'm like our riding machine over there, you know, like. Do you need help?
I need a lot of help right now.
What's Gord doing?
Cool.
I don't
And
know
what
how
is
I
Gord
got
doing?
here.
I think when that bullet came through the windshields, I got out of the car.
He's just dead now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know that one guy in The Expanse, the medic guy,
The
Uh-uh.
red
there-
shirt.
the red shirt, just a railgun around going.
The only Canadian on that show.
Are you?
So I'm like,
Yeah.
Did,
So
did you say who you are yet, Montague?
no, Montague's still trying to figure out what the hell's going on. There are 3 glowing orbs, 2 of which came screaming towards him and then spun around and are just staying there. Then a dude comes out and turns into a glowing orb and then knocks the out of him. And now this girl helps him up, and there's just these 3 other glowing orbs around, and he doesn't have a clue what's going on.
All right, I'm gonna come
Language.
over and I'm gonna use my manipulate someone ability.
Can I use like an investigate first to see if I can get some idea of
This is gonna be one better.
You would probably read a bad situation.
read a bad situation?
Yeah,
This feels
we'll
like
let,
a bad
we'll let Montague
situation.
do a read a bad
It's so
situation, and
bad.
then Gord will do what he wants to do.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
well then I'm gonna roll cool for that because I'm cool.
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 So I get-
cool.
yeah.
Okay, so you
Oh,
get me
that's
3
pretty good.
questions again.
Who am I and what are you doing here? Um,
Oh my.
I mean, oh gosh darn.
Good recovery.
Oh, oh shucks.
What's the biggest threat to me right now? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know that.
Probably
you know what? I'm
the
gonna scrap
glowing
that one a
orb,
bit.
the one glowing orb that hurt you would be, but
The
it
one
seems
that
to be
kicked the shit out
calm
of me.
now.
I'll give
Uh,
you one hint, you son of a goat.
Yeah, so the glowing orb seems to be the biggest threat, but right now it's not being particularly threatening.
You're going to pay for this at the auto shop.
You get 2 more questions.
Is there any dangers I haven't noticed? I mean, obviously
Nothing
I
else
guess.
seems to want to hurt you.
Okay, well that's good. Some super irrelevant questions.
Explain yourself quickly.
You can just say you don't want to do it.
Okay, yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
He's like rubbing his forehead, and he's gonna be like, "I am Lord Reginald Montague III. I'm working for Queen Victoria, hunting monsters and beasts.
Dude,
Your lights." Sorry, what?
dude, are you kidding me? Like, are you coming straight off like some reenactment place? Like, you work for Queen Victoria, and you're dressed like that. Are you gonna play? Are you acting? Are you an actor?
I don't understand your line of questions.
Nobody dresses like that anymore.
What do you
Where
mean
are you
anymore?
from?
This is high fashion. This is what everyone in my line of business wears. This is
High
good
fashion 100
stuff.
years ago. I mean, no offense. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, I wish you hadn't been using that gun so much, but I mean, it looks fine. But yeah, like 100 years ago.
What year is this?
What year is this, guys?
It's 2000.
2019.
2019.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
2019.
I'm going to come in and I'm going to use my manipulate someone ability. It's called See It All Fits Together. And I'm going to baffle you with
Nice.
Language.
Like a Gord Samaritan would.
That's right.
Oh.
Montague. Pleased to meet you. My name's Gord Sammerton. I summoned you here. I know this must be very confusing because you don't know where you are, but I know where you are, and it's going to be okay. I brought you to, thank God you're sitting down, the year 2019. You are here to save the world with your elite monster fighting abilities. I know it seems weird, but you believe in monsters, so this can't be in a huge leap for you.
All right,
yeah, 'cause you can see
Gord,
the future
I'm gonna
and
have
stuff.
you roll a big manipulate someone.
I think the
big-
entire time he's spewing bull, Willie is going to float back to his body and sink down into the skeleton and rematerialize his human form.
And I'm
And
looking
start-
at Gord, and suddenly things are making sense. I'm like, oh, he knows somehow this guy's a time traveler. Things are fitting together.
Yeah, if my two partners are handling the situation, I'm going to go about duct taping my windshield back together.
Okay, it doesn't need to be back together. It just has a small hole in it.
Well, we got to prevent those cracks from stretching out and causing harm.
That could
and
spider
sliding.
out, eh?
That could spider out. You could have a whole accident if you hit something else, even a bird.
Okay.
And Willie is conscious
So
of...
you rolled.
that's a classic
you rolled
car,
sharp,
too.
right, Gord? You
Yeah, I rolled sharp.
Okay,
because
good.
of
So
my
you got a.
abilities.
Well, you got an 8 first, so I'm taking that one.
Yeah. It just took a second to load. I didn't realize it rolled.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay,
Raoul.
so you got a mixed success on a manipulate someone. So this works differently for other hunters. So on a hunter, on a 7 to 9, they mark experience if they do what you ask. So you're asking him to like calm down and understand what's going on and believe you about this bullcrap. So if he does, he gets to take a point of experience. So,
I get a point of experience?
Yeah,
so you're
Nice.
gonna calm
Sweet.
down and understand what's going on here.
you're welcome.
All right.
Can
so
I give you a
now,
high
at
five?
this point, I want to explain that the reason you guys were going down into the middle of freaking nowhere, Canada, is you have been called
everybody calls
to a
Quebec.
camping ground. There's a campground out in Quebec, and the cops have been called to this campground like half a dozen times the last 3 days. People just keep going insane, and the owner of the campground is desperate, and so he called you three.
That also just sounds like Quebec.
Well, they are in Quebec.
Oh,
So
wait,
that's
I'm
why
back
you
in
were
my body
going.
now.
To explain why you were in the middle of freaking nowhere, Canada, and you just almost hit a man who appeared out of nowhere.
Well, we weren't going
Cool.
for poutine, that was for sure.
Well, can I use another ability I got?
What's that?
This one is at the start of a mystery, connect the dots. And I connect the dots.
Yeah, since this is, if any of you guys have beginning of mystery moves, go ahead and let me know what they are.
I
So,
don't think so.
I see.
Go ahead and roll connect the dots.
Right on.
Seven. Okay. On a 7 to 9, you hold one and spend your hold during the mystery sometime to ask the keeper one of the following questions. Is this person connected to current events more than they are saying? When will the next critical event be? What does the monster want from this person? Is this connected to previous mysteries we have investigated? Or does this mystery connect to the bigger picture? We're going to ignore the last one. The last two. So
Okay.
you don't have to ask me that right now. Obviously, like, the only person you've met is Montague. But in the future, if you have a question about somebody or, you know, what the monster wants with the person, then you can you get to ask me one of those questions.
Super.
Okay, so moving on, to advance the plot a little bit, what are you guys doing next?
He's put a big bloody hole in me bonnet.
Yes,
You
it
came
has.
at me as a ball of light. What did you want me to do?
He's got you there.
I'm not 100% a monster, you know? It's
It's a
good
weird
thing
way
I-
to greet somebody, is all I'm saying.
So weirder way to greet
So is
somebody by
unloading a
shooting
weapon
at it.
at someone.
Buddy came from back in time.
I think Willie's gonna look over at Gord and pat him on the shoulder and go, I'm gonna trust you on this one, laddie. You're the one with the vision. You think he's gonna be able to help us?
I mean, I knew he was coming, so yes.
If you knew he was coming, why didn't you just say something, lad?
That would
Sometimes I
have been
forget
very
y'all
helpful.
don't know what I know.
Oh, I look over at Gatra and I go, oh, space case, eh?
Plus, there was like a
What'd you say?
1 in 7 chance it would happen.
So
Very good.
this is our it's not an iron horse. I guess it'd be more like a self-powered wagon.
It's
a
a
horseless carriage.
Motor.
Okay,
vehicle.
Montague's
Yeah,
going to be
that.
walking around this thing by this point, I would assume.
It's
and
it
he's
seems
just
to be
gonna be like-
growling at you.
It's a growling carriage.
It means you
She-
no
she
harm, I
wants him,
promise.
she wants him to put another hole in my car.
I'm going to level the rifle at the engine.
I'm gonna put a hand out. You do
Gentle,
that,
gentle.
and I'll drain what's left of you, lad.
Why does it make those noises?
It's more of a purring, wouldn't you think, though?
Sounds like a steamship.
Yeah, happy purr. Happy purr. It's
Steamship,
okay.
steamship. Right. That's a pretty
I-
good
I keep 1,000
Comparison?
cougars in there. Let's go.
It's far
Get in the
too many
cab.
to fit in such a small compartment.
Just like
Trust
one of
me.
those carriages that used to be
future.
drawn by horses. You know what I'm saying there, lad? Get in.
Figured
Get in
cars
the
would be
cab.
flying by now.
You don't know what a car is.
Oh, sorry, I figured carriages would be flying by now.
We're working on it. We got some of those too, but that's for another day.
I get into the driver's seat while I wait for everybody else to pile in, and I
pile
look
in.
at the Quebec map that is supposed to let me know. There's probably an X marked off where this camp is.
You know, you probably just should have used Google.
Take me to the nearest regimental headquarters.
I have been driving longer than you've been alive, Missy, and I've been using road maps a lot longer than this newfangled GPS.
I pull up Google and I'm like, Google, where's the camp? And it tells me,
You are 10 minutes
continue
away.
straight for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you
I
are
look
10
at
minutes
where
away.
it says on your Google, and I see that my map is wrong, but I don't say anything. Just, okay, let's go.
So, Montague, do you get in the car?
Yeah, I get in the car and I ask them to take me to the nearest regimental headquarters.
Okay, they don't do that.
Just to freak him out, when I start the car and I get everything going, I swerve around real fast again to get us going the right way, just to make him like, whoa.
Just do a quick wheelie.
Yeah, just And really, like, the hood of
Montague,
this
I
car
want
is
you to
really
roll
long. So.
cool to see if you get car sick.
Oh, I'm
Oh
cool.
man.
Oh no!
Montague can hold his I mean his stuff. Sorry. 14.
I
Okay,
see
you
him
don't get
turning
car
green.
sick.
Yeah.
I've
All
rode
right.
wilder horses.
Yeah.
He says while throwing up.
So 10 minutes later,
Ah,
you
14.
guys arrive at the campground that you were planning on going to. And as you arrive, you notice that there seems to be a lot of havoc going around. Like people are
what?
running around and going crazy. And so you pull into the front of this place. The guard post is empty. What do you do?
What are we doing here?
A guard post at a camp?
You know, it's like a
Like the sign-in office?
yeah, that.
Is this like the kind of camp where
They
like
send
they
bad
put
children.
like teens
And you're all, like, 10 feet
that
from each
are
other?
that do too much drugs or are in gangs? This is like a rehabilitation kind
No,
of
this is a campground, a regular old campground.
Oh.
Camp Crystal
Oh,
Lake?
so
Like
like
the
there's no
French?
so not a guard, but a ranger. Like there's not a ranger at the gate.
It's a private campground.
Oh,
I'm going
You
to
guys have those in
investigate a
Canada,
mystery.
right?
Yeah,
Do
we
it.
do.
We have what in Canada?
Like a KOA or
Oh, yeah.
any other campground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Provincial park.
Like
Oh,
just a
tons
regular
of
old
them.
campground.
That's not new.
yeah.
Can I investigate a mystery once we start seeing people going buck wild all over the place?
I still want to know why we're
You
here.
want to investigate a mystery?
We're
I think
hunting.
it would be more read about situation.
Something.
Yeah, maybe it is a bad situation.
Okay, yeah, you can roll read about situation.
Awesome. What is that? Cool?
Yes.
No, sure.
No, sharp. It's sharp.
Wait,
Ooh.
I think it's cool for me
Uh,
because I'm special.
Cool for
I
me,
think,
but not
uh,
for you.
I turned to Lord
Okay,
Montague
then you get
and
to
I'm
ask me
like,
3
"Hey,
questions.
lower the weapon, just in case."
what the heck?
Lower it?
Nice.
You expected me to do with it? It's 4 feet long. I like lay it
Stick it
across
down
the
your
back
pants
seat,
if you
like
need
on
to.
top of me. And what's your name
All right,
again, young lad?
Gord has 3 questions. What does he need to know?
Gourd. It's Pumpkin Samaritan.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
So as you
Don't
look
know what the
around, you see a
victims are
bunch
here.
of people that are running around, and you see a couple of people that are like freaked out, and some people are like getting trampled. So it would probably be like calming everything down would be the way to protect the victims.
Well,
Okay.
Do you say that?
Hang on. I think I
He has
Do I
2
have
more
one more?
questions to ask first.
the only way that I have to cool heads is the air conditioners I have in the boot.
think. What are the are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
So you don't notice any dangers per se, but you do notice that in the middle of the campground there is a man that has been hung from a tree.
Jesus.
Oh no!
Is he
Um,
That's
Are the
unsettling.
people who are running around, are they like they're just everyday folk, just men, women, children?
Yep.
Old
Just
folks.
regular old people.
no
Old
rangers
people?
at all or anything. Like there's
no,
no
it's-
employee-looking people.
You do see one person, but let me finish his last question real quick.
what's
bad
most
times.
vulnerable to me?
What was that?
What's most
Crazy
vulnerable
people.
to?
There does appear to be like a little, like probably 3 or 4-year-old girl that's kind of like standing in the middle of this, looking really freaked out.
The most vulnerable person is a child.
Did they not hear us? Did you guys hear us?
Yeah.
We're just getting a weird echo, but I don't
Okay.
know what it is.
Did you hear what I
Okay.
said?
There's like a little girl, and she's looking super freaked out, like she's
Yeah.
the most vulnerable.
Yeah, that would be who you'd guess is the most vulnerable.
Hmm.
Okay. I look over at Reginald. Can I call you Reggie?
Lord Montague suffices.
Maybe you should shoot that gun in the air.
Very well. And he'll just lift it up in the sky and just make a
Can
very
I,
loud bang. And it's a hunting rifle, so one of its stats is loud.
Nice.
Can I, in combination with that, use telepathy to like put words in the people running around in their minds to be like,
Are you trying to calm people down?
yeah, I'm trying to
Firing a
put the
gun
words.
in here.
I'm trying
This
to
is
put
like
the
one of
words
those
to
shoot the
say-
gun, everyone
Like,
looks.
hit the
and then
ground?
I
you
have
can
to make you
try
roll
and
for this.
talk
I'm trying to
reason,
decide
right?
what to roll.
What if the combination of him firing the gun in the air with her using telepathy to tell them to hit the ground?
No, I don't want to
Like-
tell them to hit the ground. I want to tell them, be calm, come to the front. But I
But
want
that's a,
them to
that's
kind
a
of.
conflict of two things.
Okay,
though.
here's what
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
do.
it's-
I think by doing this, you are trying to manipulate someone.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Definitely.
I will have Montague roll charm, and if it fails in a way
Wait,
that you can
sorry.
help, I will let you help out.
What am I rolling?
Yeah,
I just
you
want to
put
give
it
them
on.
direction.
Which I think is charm.
Charm. Oh, my charm is not good.
Oh no!
It's probably accurate for how well that plan was thought out.
Spent a lot of time alone in the jungle. How did it? 18?
In the middle.
So
Can you
on a
like
charm-
accidentally
on a-
shoot
on a
down the
manipulate
body?
someone roll on a 7 to 8, they will do it, but if you do something for them right now to show them that you mean it.
So
If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. So people immediately look towards you. What do you say to them?
Mm.
Gord? Did you have more of a plan here?
Well, come on, your
Uh,
lordship. Give us some words.
Everybody stop what you're doing.
There's been several noise complaints issued about this ruckus going on here, and if you don't want to get in big trouble, I suggest you come here right now.
Yeah,
So-
the neighbors in the campground over called us.
So none of you look like official in any way, shape, or form. And one of you looks
But
like you
I'm
stepped
wearing the
out of
snazziest suit.
Yeah.
But one of us has a gun.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like a flintlock gun.
No.
It's gonna take you 5 minutes to reload it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. They probably had better guns than that by then, right? I don't know. I don't know. guns.
Yeah, maybe they had. Did they have cartridges?
Man, I don't know.
yeah.
Why are you asking me?
I know.
Ask your
Actually,
husband.
no.
History.
I'm
Ask your
thinking there's
husband,
probably
Dylan.
like that
He
little
doesn't
pipe
know
that
either.
packs the thing down,
Andrew.
and
Dude, it's 19, like, it was 1900 that he
1900,
disappeared.
yeah.
So
I know
you'd
you
have-
probably picked a gun with your thing, but I can't tell you what it is. Okay. So what happens
they have
with
blunderbuss.
your mixed success is that the people do calm down. They kind of like they look very confused, but they're not running around anymore, and they kind of start to like gather where you are. And a man wearing a light blue button-down shirt and khaki pants runs up to you and says, "Oh, thank God. Are you the ones I called? There's been another incident."
you better show
I,
us.
I hold up my hand immediately. Willie Whisper, how are you doing, sir?
And he takes your hand. Is it cold and gross and clammy?
It's not gross and clammy, but it is cold. I don't
Okay,
have
and
circulation.
he takes your hand and immediately like kind of takes it back and he says, it's nice to meet you. Are you here to
I
deal with
immediately-
our, and he looks around, problem?
I forgot that I usually put my hands on the hood of the car to warm them up before I touch humans.
It's a good idea.
Yes, you called the line for assistance.
Yes, 1-800-MONSTER. I don't know what it is in Canada. I don't know Canadian.
It's 1888
Monster. Okay,
monster.
cool.
Yes, you seem to have a problem there, sir, and we're just the sort to sort it out. We're gonna need to have a sit down, and you're gonna need to divulge for us exactly what has been going on around here, who the victims that have been affected most recently, and the symptoms,
That
and
guy.
so on and so forth. Do you have a place for us to have some tea or a
And
bit
he
of
says,
cider?
and he says, yes, but first, I need to call the police. Someone's been, hanged.
We
We
can
need to get
see
the-
that.
We need to get the other folks under control.
And
Can we
he
send them
turns-
back
he
to the
turns around
rooms,
to,
or
like,
is there a
this
general
gathered-
common room we can send them to?
Yeah, so he turns around to
gather?
this gathered crowd and he says, I need everyone to either leave or go back to your campground, your tents, your cabins. I need everyone to go back to their cabins. The situation is under control. We are going to figure this out.
We'll
can
be
I
around
whisper,
to each of your sites to interview you. Just stay where you are.
Can I whisper to the person that was just speaking to them and be like, hey, it might be better if they're all in the same place. Just, I mean, if there is something out there killing people, they'd be safer together.
And he says, I mean, there's nowhere else really. We don't have, like, very large facilities. Maybe one of the picnic areas, I suppose?
That would probably be a good
Scratch
choice.
that, folks. You're gonna move to the picnic area.
And everyone kind of goes to the picnic areas. And, yes, Hound, hanged.
Hanged. Oh,
Hanged is like, you know, from a noose. It's the past tense for the. I don't need to keep making that motion.
hung. Yeah. Uh-oh.
It's the past tense for a noose, you know. But hung would be
Well,
like if you were
hanged is what
hanging like
happens.
Christmas ornaments or something.
Hung is what they are.
I had a long conversation with this about with my sister the other day.
Willie is not going to touch the corpse because he doesn't want to muss up his suit. So he looks over at Gord. Huh, lad? You want to deal with that?
How high up in this tree is it?
It's only probably maybe like 3 feet off the ground. Does anyone want to do an investigate a mystery here?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigate a mystery then.
You go ahead,
Okay.
Sam.
Can we all do it at the same time, or?
No. Because I can only see 2 of your rolls at a time.
Oh, I don't know where that what that is.
Oh,
would
investigate
you
a mystery
click
is
it?
sharp.
Oh, okay.
I think we should all investigate a mystery, but each of us pick like a different part of this scene.
Yeah, definitely.
To
Just let me
to
know when
do.
it comes to your turn, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay, I'll dibs the hanged guy.
Did it click or no?
I don't see
I
it.
think Montague.
You know what's awesome? It's on the internet.
I think
for
Montague and
That's
Gord
right.
should go
I just
together
made
in
a
the body.
character
'cause
Did it do it this time?
maybe Montague would know more about like the signs on a body.
Oh, I see.
This hung guy to see what killed him.
There we
I'm pretty
go.
sure it
Yeah,
was
like,
that rope around
the
his
signs
neck.
on a body
and
of
gravity.
what can happen.
You
to
don't
it.
notice crap.
Everything
You're
looks
fairly
fine to
certain
me.
this guy was hanged.
Wow,
He appears to be dead.
very perceptive.
Mark experience there.
Yeah, mark
gotcha.
experience. If you
Experience?
get 5 experience points, you level up.
Oh,
So keep an
I
eye on
haven't
those.
failed anything
It's
yet.
on your sheet.
God
Did get
damn
that one
it!
experience.
Get that one experience, yeah.
All right, so you get to ask me 2 questions, Paul.
Oh, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look
I
at
just
Gatria.
realized what Matt said in the chat, and I'm okay.
Sorry,
What did you say in the
sorry,
chat?
Paul. Go ahead.
nothing.
No, that's
You
okay.
have 2 questions to ask me.
I'm gonna look over at Gord and Gatria and give them this look of like I'm gonna do this thing that I do. And I go back to the car and I again deflate myself and in a way that's not so suspicious as if it's just like I know that I am a light basically, but I'm going to move over the picnic area. And when I'm in my monstrous form, I have the ability, I gain +1 forward to investigate a mystery when I'm using my alternate form and its superior senses. And in this sense, I can see spectral things because I am spectral when I'm in this form.
Okay.
So what I'm basically going to do is be like a foxfire light that's... I'm used to doing this in the swamp when I originally died. I float around the picnic area through the trees, kind of out of sight, as if I try to make myself look like somebody just walking around with a flashlight.
Okay.
and do you
sure.
do this?
And I'm trying to look in on the crowd to see anything I can see about these people, overhear things, what they're worried about, anything suspicious about these people.
Okay, so you're investigating the crowd. So you get +1 forward. So you get, is it +1 forward? Is that how it worked?
Yeah, it says +1 forward on investigate a mystery.
Okay, well you already rolled an 11, so that's fine.
Okay.
So you still get me 2 questions.
Okay. Let me just grab that sheet. Investigate a mystery.
Sorry.
So did you change into a wisp in front of other people?
No, I got in the car, deflated myself, and then went out through the window. I'm not going to make him roll
for it because this is a one-shot and we don't have all day to do this.
I'm going to ask, even if about like the area, like, so I'm about the people and the area that I'm wisping through.
Yeah, sure.
What is being concealed here?
Okay, so you can see like spectral things.
Yeah, like residue or the passing of something powerful.
Yeah. So you don't really notice anything in particular being concealed here. Like, these people all seem to be regular old people. Like, all of them there, they seem fine. There's a couple of them, though, that seem... You notice sort of an aura around them. They seem off. Like there's something wrong with them, but you don't know what it is.
The people who seem off, how many are there?
There's maybe like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. I'm going to make note of exactly who they are.
Okay.
It's like men, women, children. Like,
let's call them Paul, Matt, and Jake.
Oh, right on. So Paul, Matt, and Jake. So 3 dudes.
Yes,
they're like middle-aged.
They're
like
all different
younger
ages.
Guys.
There's one that seems to be a teenager. There's one that is an older fellow, and then there's one that's probably in his 20s.
Okay. These 3 dudes seem off.
Yeah, those 3 guys, they just seem a little more like nervous and like just off somehow. You don't know why, but there seems to be like an aura of weirdness about them. So you get one more question, by the way.
Yeah. I'm going to ask, I think it's a big one. People acting weird and obviously maybe a guy hanging himself. I'm going to ask, what sort of creature is it? Well, no, because there's not really a hint of the creature here unless I'm catching a whiff of the creature.
That's an acceptable question, I think. Yeah. So you notice there's no marks on any of these people. Like, you can get pretty close in this form. Like, you don't notice any marks. There's no bites. There's nothing on these people that is different, but they seem scared. They seem off the rocker somehow. So the only thing you could guess would be that this isn't maybe a monster that outright
Sorry, you cut out there.
people.
I didn't catch
this
the
is
whole...
something. What?
You cut out there. I didn't catch the whole thing. What was that?
I would say that you would think that this isn't really something that outright attacks people. This is more something that feeds psychologically on people.
Feeds psychologically. Okay.
Some kind of psychic slug.
Succubus.
Feeds psychologically on their life force by like manipulating them?
No, just like it causes like psychological problems and exists off of that.
Oh, okay.
It's alcoholism.
Like say someone
player.
latently has anger issues, it can bring it forward.
Oh dear.
Potentially. You don't know exactly how it works. You just know that there's it does something psychologically to these people.
And I'm noticing that in particular about these 3 dudes, Paul, Jake, and Maddie?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I will
probably know their names, but that's what they're called.
Right, okay. Teen, older guy in his 20s.
Yes.
So I'm going to make my way back to my body and reinflate while everyone else is doing their investigations. Unless everyone is already done.
If Jake and Maddie would like to do an investigation, they're welcome to. Just tell me what you're investigating first, so I know what you're looking at.
I'm gonna cut down the body and try and sort of do right by it, and maybe I assume someone that knows them will come by and probably talk to them. And
So
see
you
who
noticed
this guy
that
was.
little girl that you noticed earlier is still kind of standing there staring at you.
Oh no.
Creepy.
And she still seems like really freaked out. She hasn't moved off. There's no one that's claimed her. You don't know what's going on with her. But as you try to cut down the body, the director of the camp that came over to visit you guys said, it goes, wait, we need to leave that for the police. I can't have you do that. They would be very mad if we he's definitely dead. We can't cut him down.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right, but shoot, like, yeah, we can't just leave it here either. People are like, look at this girl. She can't just stand here looking at this. We gotta do something.
Was it self-inflicted?
Investigate a roll manipulate someone.
Sure. Nope.
Yeah, I haven't told you what I found yet, though.
Noise. Double
All
sixes.
right. Okay, so they'll do it for the reason you gave them. So, all right. So this guy's like, well, you are the professionals. So, yeah, all right, sure. And he lets you cut the body down.
Yeah, we gotta get some sheets here, and we'll do that stuff. Maybe I'll go and ask this little girl, like, hey, come with me. I want to show you. Let's go find your tent.
So you come up to this little girl, and she kind of shies away from you for a little bit, and she says, "What are you doing with my daddy?"
Oh no! That's why I didn't ask where your parents. We're gonna take care of your daddy. Where's your mom?
I don't have one.
Oh no! You just adopted a kid.
You're just here with your dad?
And she nods.
Oh no. Okay.
Better teach her how to use a crossbow.
I offer
right.
you a biscuit.
I'm gonna look back to maybe the camp director's walking off to find some like extra sheets or something like that, and we'll follow him, and maybe we can get her some hot chocolate, and I'll try and talk to her.
Okay.
Nothing makes up for parental murder like hot
Are you not going to
chocolate.
investigate a mystery with the body?
Oh my god.
I think that's more Montague.
I think
yeah, Montague is going to give it a look.
I was
Okay,
gonna
then you
say
can go-
Gord
you can go with the girl.
Samerton's character would just go with this girl.
Okay. So you explain the
doing
situation
the
to
Gord
the
thing.
camp director, and he seems just mortified. And he goes with you, and he says, "Yes, of course. I've got some hot chocolate in my cabin. You guys can come with me." And so he takes you off, and the rest of you guys see him go off with the little girl. And most of you were close enough to hear what was going on, so you understand.
So
the situation.
Gord, the camp counselor, and the little girl have gone off to a cabin.
The camp director.
Camp director. Sorry.
This is a campground, not a camp.
Right.
All right, Montague wanted to investigate the body.
Yes.
Roll investigate a mystery.
He's
Sorry, I'm
wearing
just having
crazy
some-
clothes I've never seen before.
I'm having some internet issues, so Matt's going to roll for me right now.
It's all good. Go ahead.
So it's a sharp. So roll yours.
Yeah, just make it like a straight roll, because then you can just add your sharp, whatever it is.
Okay. Well,
2d6.
then roll 6. My sharp's just a 1 anyway, so.
Okay, so then I'll just give you the old
No, don't do anything.
negative
Oh,
one,
minus
because
1.
mine's 2.
You crazy bastard.
And then you'll get inaccurate to what your roll would have been.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's fine.
8.
All right, so you
There you
get to
go.
ask me one question
One question.
from the investigate a mystery list.
And while Gatra stands there going, oh.
Okay, so have we established anything about this hung guy? Hanged
He was
guy?
he was hung.
He was well
I'm
hung.
sorry.
He was
Um,
hung in life and hanged in death.
Okay, so he's dead from strangulation, and he's got a huge.
Oh.
Johnson.
His
No, you
last name
haven't
is Johnson.
established anything. That's what you're trying to figure out.
What?
We found his license name, and
Yeah.
his name is Hugh Johnson.
Okay,
You know what? Yes,
say
it is. You
Hugh
found his
Johnson.
license. His name is Hugh Johnson.
Sorry.
Is his daughter like Jane Johnson?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
All right, Jane Johnson. It is.
Is there anything that's being concealed? Like, anything on his actual physical body, like marks or anything, or
So as you're looking at him, you do notice around like his neck there was a deep gash, sort of like under his shirt. You kind of had to like pull it up, but you see like a deep gash across the back of his neck. That seems
I'm like,
to be caused by
whoa,
some
what's
kind
that?
of claw.
Like
Like
not
some sort of
something
what?
the rope would have
Like a
done.
Like something-
claw. It seems to have been caused by
not
a
from the
claw of
rope.
some kind.
No, not from the rope.
Okay, is it bleeding? Or has it
It's
bled?
not anymore.
Or is it old?
Yeah.
It was definitely
But,
you
like-
notice
Was
like you
bleeding.
notice it because it was definitely there before the hanging.
Yeah.
But more than that, you notice that there are no other like trauma marks on him. Like there's no like other kind of strangulation that wouldn't be consistent with hanging. I imagine you've seen some hangings before. That's probably still a thing.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
back in his day.
Yeah.
That was our Saturday nights.
Yeah.
When the
Yeah.
guillotine was busy.
Guillotine.
So,
That's
so
dirty
you
in
don't really
French.
see anything.
It was
and,
in the
and
shop
more than
for
that, like you
sharpening.
Some
notice
for
that there is a
bullshit.
chair that has been kicked out of the way, and you realize this guy probably hung himself.
Whoa.
But why?
Do you say
I don't
any
know.
of this out
That's
loud for me to hear for my benefit?
Yeah, and you take off your sunglasses.
It appears he's hung himself. But why? That's the question. That's the next question. But
No one is around you to hear this, so you're just talking. to
I'm
yourself.
around. I haven't
Oh,
left.
okay.
I'm just
That's all right.
hanging out. Oh, what are you doing? What are you finding?
Yeah, I would say that Willie is also like back after his investigation himself. The investigation took a little bit longer, so I would say you're both around to hear him say, "But why?" So
why?
Oh, so I'm back too.
yes.
What do you think caused that gash on the neck there?
Some sort of claw. I've seen this type of scratch before, and it's definitely a claw, not a knife or anything like that.
Like a single claw, like a T-Rex?
I
If
mean, like a velociraptor.
Yes.
I think at
T-Rex.
this point, Willie would have grabbed his. Guys, you let me have to finish the sentence, okay?
Sorry, he would have grabbed his willy. Go on.
Willie would have grabbed his cane, which has a sword hidden inside it,
It does.
from out of the cab of the car, just underneath the seat, and he'll walk over to prod the body and be like,
Stab.
I think that you should all... Wait, no. I'm now doing your accent, Montague.
Will not be leaving them anything
Well,
to
I'm
stuff the
glad-
bellies with.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you discovered
You're
that
always after
there,
knowledge.
Master Montague, is it? Well, I think that everyone should know that among those in the picnic area, there's 3 who look a bit more suspicious than the rest of them. And with my oogie boogie senses, I got a hint, a whiff of a creature that can affect people psychologically.
A whiff of a creature, you say? Creatures. I feel
Well, that's what
good
we were
about.
called here for, wasn't it?
Well, we knew something was going on. We didn't necessarily know it was a creature. I mean, unless you did.
Something that can attack people. Tell it like with its mind.
So,
I
Can-
doesn't
also
with
giant
100%
claws.
seem that way, seeing as this man was scratched, as you've pointed out.
hmm,
Perhaps the scratch itself caused his delirium.
can I use tune in? I have an
Yes.
ability called tune in, so I can
It's a
attune my
spooky move,
mind
but
to a
yes, you
monster.
can.
Yeah, it's a little spooky. There's probably something spooky going on around here. No one will notice. So it says I
You gotta
roll
put some
plus
theremin sounds in.
weird. Says
You
it
ever
says I
heard
got to
of
roll
the
plus
instrument
weird.
called a theremin? It's
No.
that thing that you
Oh,
use in
that weird
It's
one?
Star Trek music.
Yeah. A theremin is a really cool instrument. Look into it. It's fun.
A
Okay,
10.
cool. Oh, hey,
Does
you
10
did. Okay, so on 10 plus on that move, what do you get?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
10 oh, 10 plus hold 3. I don't know what the holding is for.
That's okay. I'll help you understand.
Okay. Spend 1 hold to ask the keeper one of the following questions.
Okay, so you get 3 of those questions.
I said, and then gain what +1 ongoing while acting on the answer.
Okay, yeah. So you can totally hone in on it.
So I get 3 questions or
You get
1?
3 questions because you have 3 holds.
Okay. So where is the creature right now? I touch my head and I'm like, oh, can I feel a creepy creature?
So you're like, okay, I'm just gonna have to use my spooky powers, and you instead of reaching for where your Dragon Knight powers are, you reach towards this other place across the rift, and your eyes glow this sort of greenish color, and
like my whole body?
No, just your eyes. Your eyes glow this green color, and you look around you, and
I nudge Montague, and I'm like, she's doing something really cool right now. Just watch.
Sort of in the distance,
Here goes
you
Tookiegat.
see there's something moving out in the woods.
I kind of point and I say, over there.
Okay, you have 2 more questions.
Okay. What is it planning to do right now?
Right now, it is
Right.
planning to wait until there is someone alone that it can attack.
Okay.
Gord, the
And,
girl, and the camp counselor are all kind of alone.
And how can I attract its attention?
You could attract its
That's a
attention
lot
by
of
being alone in the woods.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, my other option was, I guess I could have asked the other question, but that's
Well,
fine.
you didn't.
I didn't. I was gonna say, who is it gonna attack next? And I was like, well, the answer to that is whoever's alone. But,
Wow,
okay.
really good call getting everyone to go into the picnic area there, honey.
Yeah.
We should all
good.
split up.
Good job, guys. You messed with my
So
countdown
I-
real good.
So I let everybody know. I'm like, hey, so he's over there, and he's just looking for someone alone. He doesn't like to attack people in a group. So
All right,
who's up
Gord,
for
you
being
go in.
bait?
I'll be behind you.
I'm away right now.
Oh, damn it. Who can I use as bait? Where's that
Let's
little
go
girl?
get Gord. Hey, you can't use children.
I'll go get Gord. And I
high
go
five.
off. I go off to the cabin to get Gord.
Okay, you go off to the cabin to get Gord.
Yeah.
And Gord, you see... I keep forgetting your name. Willie. You see Willie. It's because I don't want to say the word. You see Willie come in, and he
Just
says,
call me
"All right,
Whisper."
it's time to go." So
Just call him Whisper.
Whisper. Okay, you see Mr. Whisper come in. Oh, Mr. Whisper.
That's still, it's less
Sounds like
dirty
a
though.
DC villain name.
I'm a good guy.
Mr. Willie Whisper.
I know.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you see Whisper come in, and
Lad,
yeah.
Gatra has got a bead on it. Who's the girl?
Jane
Johnson.
Johnson. This is Jane the Rock Johnson.
That
And
is
she's gonna
definitely
be
what her father
okay.
calls her.
Aren't you? And then I give her I don't know, something from my pocket, like a keychain.
And she
Just
takes
like a
the
thing off
keychain
of it.
and starts playing with it, and she still seems kind of down.
She's like,
And then
I
I-
like igneous rocks.
And then I'm gonna say I'll be back for that, and then I'll go with Mr. Whisper.
I fill him in on the walk over to the other people.
So, what are you guys planning to do?
I'm gonna have an eye on the crowd of people in the picnic area to
Okay.
see if anybody's trying to split off or sneak off to.
As of yet, no one has.
Okay, and I'm gonna point out the 3 people that I sensed had something suspicious going on about them.
Yeah.
And I say, I think that it might be worth asking those 3 a few questions if we can maybe work through the crowd and start to ask a few questions, but really hammer those 3 with some good ones. You know what I'm saying there, lads?
Maybe
And man. Sorry, gotcha.
think about this. If it wants to attack someone that's alone in the woods, you guys go out into the woods. I'll stay here and keep an eye on those 3 guys.
We won't exactly be alone though if we go together.
You know,
How
Just
good
give me
a
one
shot?
person as bait.
splitting up always works. Just go into the woods and then split up.
Where
I'll
I
be
come
here.
from, we usually use the locals. So, just grab me anybody. Tie them to a tree, and we'll see what happens.
How good a shot are you from a distance there, Lord?
I am one of the greatest hunters of all time.
I mean,
That's
what's your
on my
range on
resume.
that big bloody
Says the
rifle
newbie.
you've got?
Did they freeze?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
You're the newbie.
I'm the newbie.
But I'm asking him how good a shot he is because I'm trying to figure if like maybe we could get him to lay back in the cut. while
Okay,
one
of all
us
the
does.
notches, I am the top notch,
Oh
top
yeah,
notch shooter.
the queen's best, as they would say, huh?
Yes, that's why I do what I do.
Oh yeah, son of a goat. All right, so maybe ask these three suspicious blokes some questions and then go from there. Maybe, as Gord says, lay a trap.
Let's go. I'm gonna investigate, and we're gonna ask these fellas some questions.
All right, so you guys call these three guys off and pull them aside and get them away from the other people out of earshot. And
Yeah, somewhere where we've built a fire, with just a bit of a fire. Like, come over
there's
to this
probably
fire.
been
Come
some
over.
fires going, so you just take over someone's campsite.
That's right. Come over here.
So these three guys don't know each other, so they're kind of like standing
they
a few
don't.
feet apart, you know, just like, all right, what do you want with us? So, all right, go ahead.
Can we look to see if they have any like marks around their necks, like any scratches, perchance?
So how about one of us talk to them while the other people check out like under their collars and stuff?
Yeah,
Like
pickpockets,
you
just
roll
like-
for it. But you don't notice it would bleed through their collar. So like you look them
Okay.
over, and one of them has like a gash underneath of his sock on his ankle, but the other two seem to be fine.
Okay.
How about I'm talking to them the entire time, like, who are you? What's your name? Oh, Paul, Jake, Maddie. Nice to meet you.
Okay, hang on. We need to roleplay this. Believe me. All right, so they introduce
While Gatra is
themselves,
looking at stuff?
and what do you say?
So what I'm asking them questions like who are you? Where are you from?
Language.
What did they say?
So they say, "Oh yeah, we're from this part of Canada and this part of Canada. Hey, I'm from Michigan." Blah blah blah. blah.
You
Michigan.
gotta try.
That's
You gotta
basically
try
Canada.
the Quebec accent. At
Yeah,
least.
basically.
Yeah. Oh, so how about then? And I'm looking at Gatria as she goes around and notices which one, Paul, Jake, or Maddie, the guy, the teen, the older guy, or the guy in his 20s. Which one has the gash?
We'll say
On
the
his
teen
ankle?
is the one that has the gash, and his name is Paul.
Okay, the guy.
Paul teen.
That's what I have written down here, so that's great.
Investigate Paul's gay.
Come on now.
I say, hey, how'd you get that?
And he kind of like hides his leg, and he says, "Get what?"
Oh, you got a cut there. Do you need medical attention? How did that happen?
And he says, "No, it's nothing. I tripped in the woods. It's fine."
Who did you come here with?
My mom. She's,
Is your mom?
She's back there
I look to where he's pointing.
at the crowd.
Does he see the mom?
Yeah, she knows that you guys are like investigating, so she's kind of like standing on the edge of the crowd, like watching you guys.
Okay.
Oh yeah, standing on her tippy toes, eh?
Yeah.
When did you come here?
We got here like 2 days ago.
All right. And how about you? And I asked the other two, how long have you been here, Jake? Which is the older guy, I'm gonna say.
And he says, I've been here like 3 days.
3?
Yes. All this insanity started happening just a few days ago.
And you?
About the day you arrived?
And he says, yeah, I suppose, yes. I don't know if there was stuff going on before then.
Have you sustained any injuries, sir?
Not that I know of.
All right, and you, sir, the young lad, and I looked at the guy in his 20s. How about you? Have you sustained any injuries? How long have you been here?
And he says, I got here yesterday.
Do you have any?
Don't think I have any injuries.
You didn't cut yourself on a thorn going through some bushes?
And he shakes his head.
No. Well, I think both you folks need to give yourself a once over, and I'm pointing at Jake and Maddie, the older guy and the guy in the 20s. Check yourself over. Make sure you don't have any injuries.
They look
You,
over
sir.
themselves and there's nothing.
Okay. You, sir, young man, and I look at Paul, the teen. Can you come over here to this camper, just over here for a moment, please?
And he follows you. His
Okay,
mom
and I'm
looks
going to bring
very
him
suspicious.
into a camper. I have no idea whose camper it is, and I'm going to ask Gatria I'm going to look at Montague. I'm going to like just stand guard outside the door and keep an eye on the crowd. I think we can let the other two go back to the crowd.
Okay.
Why?
And I'm going to have
Weren't
because
they all acting weird?
they're all acting weird, but I think we found our person who might do something drastic. And I'm gonna look over at Gatria and Gord. I'm gonna say, come into the cabin. I think we need to have an eye on this gentleman here.
Are you taking the teenager with you?
Yeah, the teen.
So his mom stomps over.
Can I investigate a mystery using the site to talk to spirits?
You can. Just let me deal with his mom coming over when you guys try to take him into a building.
Oh, his mom's coming. All
Yeah,
right.
his
It's
mom
a camper.
comes
It's one of
over.
those tent campers that like pops up, and the
Yeah.
tents come out either side.
Yeah. And his mom says, excuse me, can I help you?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing with my son?
Oh, you're welcome to come in. Come on now.
And
Is your
she
son
follows
yes?
you, and she says, yes, but I need to know what you're doing with my son. Also, hi, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn?
She just showed up
yeah.
in the chat.
Oh,
Elegant
I thought
syntax.
she
I
was
just
there.
know everyone's
Yeah.
name.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this woman's name is Jocelyn now.
Okay, sure, her name's Jocelyn now.
I'm gonna say, come on in, Jocelyn. Come on. Oh, nice to meet you, ma'am. And I was warming my hands by the fire the entire time I was talking, so that when I shake her hand, I feel
Okay.
like a human being.
Yeah, she shakes your hand.
And then I invite her in too. And when she comes in to sit down, I get them to both sit at one of those fold-out tables that's inside a camper, like a tent trailer.
Uh-huh.
And I go on like both on the same side. They go, it seems as though your son sustained an injury which may affect him psychologically. Not sure if he's poisoned or what's going on.
Jocelyn looks over to
But
her
you
son
might-
and says, you hurt yourself? And he says, no, it was just a scratch. I got it in the forest. And he like kind of puts his hand over his sock that's kind of like bleeding a little bit.
Right. Son, for your own good, we believe that whatever has happened to you might affect you psychologically. And ma'am, Jocelyn, is it? Nice to meet you.
Yes.
We may need to restrain your son because the effects of this particular sort of poison may cause him to cause harm to himself, same as the gentleman who unfortunately hung himself outside, as you saw.
Hanged. And I think she actually says that. She says he was hanged.
Just swallows loudly.
We are professionals, ma'am, and we know our business about this now.
Okay, but you clearly
have
don't know
any-
English very well. I'm not. I can't.
I'm more
I'm not
Canadian
letting you
than
take
anyone
my son
here,
and
ma'am.
Hold him still. That's not happening.
You can stay with him, ma'am, but if he hurts himself and you don't have anyone around to help you, I mean, at least he should stay under supervision until tomorrow when we can bring him to a doctor.
Fine. He can stay with me. I'll take care of him.
I'm not sure that we can allow that to happen.
No, that's fine. She can stay with him, but he will need to be restrained so that he does not harm himself. This is a serious condition, ma'am.
How do you expect me to restrain my son?
Rope? I'm looking around. Rope?
Okay, I need you to
bungee
roll.
cord?
I need you to roll manipulate someone.
Oh, I'm not good at that. What's that? Cool or charm?
Charm.
I'm not good at that. 6.
She is
Can you-
not
Oh my God.
happy.
Wait. Gatra,
She
can
is
you
like,
help me out here?
absolutely not. We are most certainly not restraining my
Wait,
son.
can't
Absolutely. And she
Gatria
like
help
picks
me
up her
with the
son
roll?
and starts to like bring him out the door.
Can we just lock
Can't
her in
Gatrua
there?
help me though? Can't she like do a roll to help me out?
You're welcome to try. Gatry, do you want to try to help out his charm roll?
How would I do that?
That's a help out roll.
It's a
That's
help
plus
out. It's
cool.
roll plus,
Oh.
I think, cool.
It says plus cool here, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll plus cool?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Submit. 12.
Wow.
I'm so cool.
You are super
Yeah,
cool.
what do you say to help me out here?
So on a 10 plus,
I'm like,
your help
man.
grants them +1 on the roll, okay?
Okay. I'm just
Your
like,
help lets them act as if they just rolled a 12, it says.
sweet.
Regardless of what they actually got.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so maybe
and I
you
must be
say
looking
something.
at different things.
Well, I'm looking at the here, I'll copy paste it to you.
Where? Facebook?
All right, there. You see that? In the chat?
In the chat.
When you help another hunter roll on 10 plus, your help grants some +1 on a roll. On a 12 plus, your help lets them act as if they rolled a 12, regardless of what they actually got.
Yeah, so what do you say to convince her? Like, I sound like a babbling idiot. I'm like, bungee cord?
I'm like, forget this guy.
Oh, okay, I see. That's advanced. You guys don't have any advanced rolls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
so
So
is it
it's
just a
still a
plus
mixed
one then?
success on your end. So now you have to explain her a reason like well enough that she'll do it, but only if you give her a good enough reason.
Tell you're a pharmaceutical something.
No,
I don't know.
I'm just like, ma'am, you don't need to use rope. We would just give you a key and have you lock yourself perhaps in this building, so you have full facilities and everything, but you're safe and you're segregated from the rest of the group, just for the evening.
She says
They're in a tent camper, right? It's
We have
cloth.
we have dealt with this kind of situation before, or we can bring you into the main building up there.
Yeah, I think the main building would be better.
Yeah.
And she says, "Okay, fine, but we are not restraining my boy." And
As
you guys
long
want to
as
ask him any
you keep
Let's just
him in
put
the
him in a
building.
room where there's nothing in the room he can hurt himself with.
Yeah, so we'll say that you guys take him to like a conference room that has just like a table
Okay.
and like chairs.
We're gonna 100% this monster. It's not gonna hurt anybody else.
Well, let's just see how that plays out.
So
But he
as
could
you
also
guys,
be the bait too, right? Like we could put him alone in a room where he can't hurt himself.
Maybe
and
he
it
hurts
could
his
come to
mother.
him.
We don't know.
Well, but I mean, this guy hung himself, right? Like he found a means and an opportunity and hung himself.
That
you
specific
know
guy,
that
but we
that's
don't
not what
necessarily know
everyone has
why.
been doing, because the guy that brought you here told you like people have just been doing crazy stuff.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
not necessarily
so-
that they
Like he
hung
could
him.
just smash his head into a wall so many times that he kills himself.
Or he could attack his mother. But that's on her.
Okay, can I, after talking to this kid and seeing how suspicious he is about his thing, Gord, you got anything here, or Montague? We're gonna come out with this kid out of the camper and move him to
Okay.
a thing.
So you guys
What do we-
put the kid there. Did you want to ask him any more questions?
I wanted to use the site to talk to the spirits and see if the spirits saw anything surrounding this kid that they can tell me.
Okay. Roll magic. Roll your sight skill.
Magic. Where'd you get that
It's a
weird
kind
magic?
of magic.
Okay, submit.
It's a kind of magic.
Well, so
Five.
what happens on a miss for the site?
Okay, that's a good question.
Ooh.
For the site, it says
Don't go blind.
it says nothing. It just said it gives you more. You may also communicate with the spirits you see. They give you more opportunities to spot clues when you investigate a mystery. So I guess I just learned nothing.
Okay,
It says you
so,
can communicate with them.
so it was technically an investigate a mystery roll. Okay, so you
I guess
reach
so,
out
yeah.
for these spirits and you just don't find any. Like there just seems like you're
A
just
weird
not
absence.
able to connect right now.
Okay.
I'm right there, but other than that,
We're in the woods.
Horrible
It's
internet
dial-up.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have terrible reception out here. Terrible spiritual reception. All right. As you guys lock up this kid in this room, you walk out the door and you hear a bunch of murmuring. Like, people are, like, talking, and you hear some gasping. And then you see...
Oh, God.
Which one did you decide the old man was?
The old man was Jake.
You see
He'd been here
this
for 3
old
days.
man, Jake, run out into the middle of this area, and he is naked.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
everything flapping in the
old
wind,
man.
everything has wrinkles, and he is running around, and he is screaming and just running around in circles, just buck naked.
I look at
Can't
Montague.
stop doing the
immediately.
monkey.
I want to ride the meat bicycle.
I look at Montague immediately and be like, that one's yours.
Montague cocks his gun.
No, wait, no. Not what I meant, lad.
While he's running around, I just quickly observe as I'm walking over there. Is he got a big claw mark on him?
He doesn't seem to know.
Okay.
This changes the game because we thought,
He's got a needle stuck in his arm, but no claw mark.
Jake, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are his clothes littered all over the ground, maybe, and I'll just grab some piece of clothing,
Okay,
just a little bit of help.
so you grab his clothes, and he runs away from you. And he's screaming and like, just wailing and trying to tear his hair out, and what do you do?
I gotta chase him down.
Okay, roll act under pressure to chase down this naked old man.
while you're running, I toss you some bungee cords.
Can I get +1 ongoing because I've done this before?
What?
Is
Just
that how that
kidding.
works?
No.
Then no. If
What
you
is
don't
this,
have a move
under
that says you
pressure?
get +1 ongoing, no, you don't get that.
Is this cool?
Yes, it is cool.
Yeah, it is
I mean,
cool.
what you're doing is
It's
not,
so
but the
cool.
roll is. Oh my-
Hey! Oh man, I'm killing it.
So Gord Samerton just is great at hunting down old people, apparently. So you run and you tackle this old guy to the ground, and you like hold him down, and you're just like, put your pants back on.
I'm not telling you twice, sir. You put your pants back on right now.
So Hannah just came into the chat, and she says, "Oh, I bet the first thing I heard was he's naked and everything's flapping in the wind." So for those of you who just came in, these hunters have been called to this campground, and people are going crazy. So far, they have found a couple of people who seem to be touched by whatever this craziness is, and they've locked up one of them, and the other one they just tackled to the ground.
I mean, we're in Quebec. They're already kind of crazy.
Oh my god.
So he's on the ground because I just tackled him. Hopefully, I broke his fall a little bit. I would hate to hurt an old man, but I'm gonna try and make direct eye contact with him and just see, like, Jake, what are you doing right now? Let's see what he says.
You're able to like make direct eye contact with him, but it doesn't last very long. Like, his eyes are just wild and roving around. Like, you're not even sure he sees you.
Okay, he's in his own world here.
Took the brown acid.
Oh no. Maybe I'll try and, I don't know. Never mind. It's silly.
Do it.
I like that. This is you like on top of him, and this is going through your mind. It's like, no, that's silly.
I'm like thinking about airplane, like airplane movies, so they're all smack him in the head and then try and see who can stack sense into this person. Exactly.
I think while he's doing that, I'm gonna look at Gatra just as a side. While you're doing this, I'm gonna look at Gatra like we should circle the picnic area and like split off in different directions to circle to make sure everybody's still there. So keep doing your thing, but I think we're like, hey, give you the eyes, like, hey, we should circle, do a perimeter.
Okay.
I feel like I'd be really good at that because I can see in the dark.
Yeah,
Nice,
that's cool. Yeah, you can. You have dragon eyes. I forgot.
nice.
So you guys circle around, and as he's like holding the old man, I think this is an old guy. He's not going to put up much resistance, so you're able to hold him still. And you guys run around, and you don't see anybody has been missing. You check in on the cabin with the camp director and the little girl, and they're still there. Everyone that was there before seems to be there. The only thing that's different is that the young man, Matt,
The guy in his 20s, Maddie.
yeah, Maddie is is like rocking on the ground. He's sitting on the ground and he's kind of like rocking back and forth.
I look
I go
at
to-
Montague and I'm like, bungee cords.
I go to this guy and I'm like, hey, what happened? You need to tell me what happened. Did you see anything?
Oh, manipulate him.
Yeah, I need to
I'm
roll
on-
manipulation.
All right. All right. Manipulate some person.
Yep.
Sorry, what's manipulation again?
Charm.
It's what?
Charm.
Arm?
Charm.
Charm. Oh, I suck at this. Okay. Okay.
So
3. Wait, can I use my luck? Can I use
yes,
my
you
luck
can.
to be
You
really
can
lucky?
use your luck.
Okay, I'm really lucky. I didn't roll a I rolled a 12, you
Yes, you
guys.
did.
I just,
So real quick, Hound says, clearly kissing the old man is the logical thing to do. True love's first kiss breaks every spell curse effect ever to exist.
Gord,
Alright,
you're up.
We're on Gatria right now. So, Gatria, you
It's the right thing to
sit
do,
down
eh?
next to this guy, and you seem to have a calming influence over him a little bit. And he's doesn't seem quite as far gone as the old man, and he's still like rocking back and forth. But he looks up at you and he says, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you."
I would believe some crazy stuff.
And you can see like veins popping out in the side of his neck, and his eyes are kind of like darting all the place, and you get the idea he's probably hallucinating. And he says,
Okay.
"There's this thing. It crept into my tent last night. It was horrible. It was all pale and teeth, and he just dissolves into sobbing."
And I put my hand on his back. I'm like, dude, you're not crazy. I saw this thing earlier, but what did it do to you?
It just and he gets himself under control, and he says, it looked at me, and I started seeing stuff, and it's gotten worse and worse over time.
It just looked at you?
It
With its eyes?
reached into my brain. Like, I can't explain it.
It reached into your mind?
Yeah.
Did it what? Can I like use telepathy and be like this?
You wanna
He revisits his trauma.
He just starts screaming again.
So you wanna use telepathy on this guy?
What's that?
So you wanna use telepathy on this guy?
Yeah, but like gently, just to be like
Yeah,
this.
I think you still have to roll for that, don't you?
Okay. Well, it says It says you can read people's thoughts and put words into mind. This can allow you to investigate a mystery and read a bad situation.
Okay.
Needing to talk, or
then
you can manipulate.
I will have you roll investigate a mystery, and I'll give you +1 for that.
She uses lube.
Okay. Oh god. Sorry. What do I roll to investigate a mystery?
Sharp. Okay.
Come on. You already used one luck. Don't burn them both.
8.
Okay.
That's decent, right?
So you get 1 investigate a mystery question,
Okay.
and I have a suggestion if you don't ask it.
Okay. So it says, what can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go? What's it gonna do? What's being concealed here? I don't. Do suggest. I love suggestions.
The second one.
What sort of creature is it?
There you go. So you reach into this mind. You kind of like touch this guy on the side of the face, and you kind of like lean into him, and again you sort of pull this magic out from the a source you barely understand, but at this point it works for you, and you reach into this guy's mind, and you see. You see a
Dun, dun,
monster.
dun.
You cut out. We didn't hear that.
I had to go look it up. You see
Oh.
what looks like a probably about human-sized, maybe 6 feet tall, pale humanoid creature. It seems to be like a very skinny, naked person. It has
Cousin Frederick.
very large black eyes and long fingers with sharp claws on the tips. And it also has a very small, sharp-toothed mouth.
Very small mouth.
And that's what
It's
It is
Slenderman.
not a well-hung monster.
It's a Slenderman.
But when I ask him
Spiegel.
like this, like it, because he said it like reached into my mind, kind
So
of.
that's what you say, and what he says is, no, it was like an attack, like it was a hurting my mind.
Did he touch you at all when he did this?
He tried to, but I got away, and then someone came outside, and he got away.
Thank you for your help.
And
I think
he
you might
nods
wanna
and
go
keeps
to-
rocking back and forth.
I'm like, I think you might want to go to the main building and just chill out there for a while.
Okay.
Where it's a little safer.
So you pull this guy up and bring him towards this main building that you've been storing people in. And at this point, I will say
One's
that
in the sauna,
Gord's character
another
has
one's
also,
in the-
or Gord has also picked up the old man and has subdued him as much as he can. He's still stark raving mad, but you at
Nice.
least have like.
I'm gonna actually ask my connect the dots move from the beginning of the game, and I'm gonna ask, what does the monster want from this person?
So the monster wants to. This monster's purpose is to torture these people and to feed off of that energy. It wants to make them go insane, and that is how it
Guys, we need to start a sing along.
Kumbaya,
Yeah.
my lord.
I don't know if that's copyrighted, so
Kumbaya.
No, but seriously though, like if we can chill these people out, it might cut its
Where
it might cut its food source, and then we bring out like a one person separate who's maybe feeling kind of stressed, and it'll go for that person, and then we pounce.
well, I
Gord's
think we know the
I'm feeling
stress
kinda
guy.
stressed.
I still think we should be taking a stressed person into the bush and tying them to a tree.
That's what I said.
Just
That's what
give them.
that's what I said to begin with.
Just give the crazy people some sleeping pills. Somebody around
You
here's
know,
probably
guys,
got some.
There's
Turns
there's
out
some
Lord
logic to
Montague
this.
was right at the beginning.
All right.
The old ways
I-
are the best ways.
So can I tell everybody what I saw, and be like, "This?
Yeah,
does anybody
definitely.
know
Yeah,
what
sure.
this is?" Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're all kind of in the same place, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So I saw this crazy creature in that guy's mind. This is what we're dealing with. Does anybody know what it is or how to kill it?
It can't
Sounds like an
fly.
Irishman to me.
I know.
It sounds like Montague is right, which is clearly why he's joined us for this mission from
Right.
the past.
It sounds like he's right that it's an Irishman,
It's an Irishman.
Yeah, that's the
because
one.
all Irishmen, suck the life out of
Pale,
them.
skinny.
No, he was
After
right
your Lucky
that
Charms?
we need to have some bait in the woods. And
Oh,
now
Right.
I'm not willing to take anyone from this campground and bring them out into the woods. So I'm going to do it myself.
Good,
Ah.
good call, good job.
Why
we
don't we
don't
make
kill
Ghosty
civilians around
McOrmorb
here.
do it? If he's already dead, then he'll be fine.
I don't
Point.
actually have blood or, a physical form for it to attack.
That's
Where
Kind
the
of
hell have
a-
you been?
Like that's
I
an
mean-
advantage for you, but it might be a disadvantage in case we don't know how this creature tracks. It could be tracking by blood or by scent or something, and if he doesn't have that, he's gonna be poor bait.
You're right. You should have said that ages ago. Get out there. Why are you even bragging about this anymore? Go.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. So if I don't have blood and all that, and it can't really
Yeah, you're bad bait.
hurt me, but what if it can't even track me?
That's
because-
why you're
okay.
bad bait.
I
I'll
know-
do it.
I say no. I'm gonna say just to test something out. I'm going to just march into the swamp, in a clear direction that Montague. I look at him, eyes, pointing my eyes, pointing his eyes. Have an eye on me.
Yep.
And I'm gonna march out there to see if it even notices me.
Okay.
Can I go out with you? And then as soon
No,
as I'm in the shadows, fly up because I can see better.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because if it doesn't notice me at all, I might have an advantage when we send Gord out.
Okay.
Because we're sending Gord out.
This
So
is
you go
eventually
out
just going to
into
be
the woods.
Montague standing by himself. He's going to be the one getting attacked. Everybody goes
Okay,
off.
Yeah,
so one
I'm
of you is
stepping
going into
as
the-
much
so-
as I can without stepping in swamp water.
Yeah,
or
okay, so one of you is
mussing up
going
my
out into
clothes.
the woods. So Paul,
Yes.
your character's going out in the woods, and Sam, your character is going into the trees to try to watch him.
Yes.
Fly
Okay,
above.
first, I want Sam to roll act under pressure to make sure she isn't seen.
Okay.
Fair enough.
If anybody does see me, I'm gonna tell them they're jetpacks. Where do I see?
I meant by the monster.
Oh, by the monster, right? Roll cool. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Be cool. Be so cool. Be the
That's so cool.
coolest cool.
6.
That's not cool.
But then I'm kind of alone in the trees.
You have.
But you're above the trees and
Do
it
you
doesn't
accept
fly.
that 6?
Can I help out by
No.
trying to draw a lot of attention?
I don't think so.
I don't think we even know that it saw me.
The point is that she doesn't get noticed at all. I don't think you saying anything is going to do anything.
But what if I sing a song loudly? If I'm like, I's the boy that builds a boat, and I's the boy that sails her, and I's the boy that catches the fish.
You can
and
do
brings
that.
them
I'm just
home to
saying I don't
Liza."
think that would help.
The monster. That's my favorite song.
All right. So are you guys good?
See, I
with
told
that?
you he's an Irishman.
When
Yeah,
I
so
said
we
do you
walk
accept
out-
that 6, by the way, Anna,
Oh,
I
Danny
meant
boy.
does she want to use luck on it?
Oh, do I want to use luck on it?
Can I
No,
use my
I
luck?
don't want to use my luck right now.
Okay.
I don't want to waste it. I gotta save it.
The plan will
right.
fail.
So this is what happens.
Mm-mm.
Willie walks into the woods, and he starts singing. random
I's the boy
Irish
that
songs.
builds a boat, and I's the boy that sails her.
Yes, and he does that. And he walks into the woods, and he starts walking, and Willie, you can sense kind of at the edge of your vision, not exactly where you can see anything, but you see there's something out there. Like something seems to be tracking you. And then
I put one hand on my cane, like both hands on my cane, in a way to disconnect it so that I can draw the sword, but I'm still
and then
walking.
you hear Gatria
nonchalantly.
land really loudly in a tree above you. And you feel
Last-
the
Dang it.
presence disappear. And
That's
Gatria,
Sorry.
from behind you,
It caught my wing.
you caught
Lass,
your wing.
if I've told
From
you once, I've
behind
told you
you,
100
you
times you need to
suddenly
clear the
feel-
trees before you try to come across.
Gatria, from behind you, you suddenly feel sharp, piercing pain in your left wing.
Ah,
Oh,
do I
fuck.
do I think it does it feel like something attacking me, or do I think I caught it on like a tree branch?
No, you're pretty sure this isn't normal, and you immediately take 3 harm.
Okay. Apparently it can climb trees now.
Oh God! All right.
I shout that down. Apparently it can climb trees.
The rest of you
Can
hear
can
her
we
shout
see this? Yeah, we can hear this.
Yeah. You turn around and you look
oh.
up and you look around and you see something has dug its claws into one of her wings.
Is it the pale-bodied
Uh-huh.
shape thing?
Probably.
Yep.
Can I
Can
ask
I- when
a
I-
question? If she landed so loud in this tree, would that have drawn Montague's attention upward towards her?
You were outside of the woods, right?
I was supposed to be keeping an eye on Wee Willie there.
Yeah. So you probably heard it when she landed, but like 2 seconds after that was when the creature dug its claws into her wings.
So if I heard her land, could I have looked up and
Yeah, you
would
could
I
all
be
see
seeing this?
Through the forest, though.
You didn't make
Oh,
it very
Yeah,
far
I would be
into
able
the
to see
woods.
something.
You were trying to bait it.
I just
Mhm.
I have armor or
Do you?
something from. Yeah. Oh, it's not on here, but I'm supposed to have some armor from because that's the thing I took from being a dragon knight.
Oh,
I don't know what that does though.
Okay, was that your only thing?
Yeah,
Then you have 2 points of armor.
because the eyes and the wings come standard, right?
Yes. Okay, then yeah, you have 2 points of armor, so in that case you would only take 1 harm.
Okay.
Okay, I wasn't sure how that worked.
Willie Whisper is going to look up into the tree and see the figure clawing into her wing and point at her and mumble to himself, Lord, this is going to mess up my outfit. and disapparate himself from his body, so his skeleton and his well-tailored outfit falls backwards into the swamp, and it just grinds his gears to know that's happening and starts to float in his spectral form up towards the tree.
Okay, so you float up there. Gatry, would you like to do something? This creature is attacking you.
Can I do like 2 things? Can I just like, because nobody else can hear it, like our friends back can't hear us, right?
They're coming towards you now.
I
They are
pointed
coming.
too.
Okay.
I pointed at what's going on.
You didn't make
So
it very
if-
far into
if
the woods. You're far out of
one
eyeshot of
Montague has
everyone
eyes
else,
on
but
me.
you're not very far in the woods.
Montague's tracking the monster thing with his rifle.
Can
There's nothing
I
to shoot until it's farther away.
try and like, it's still on the branch? Like I turn.
Yeah,
Do I
you
see
turn
it?
and you see this thing looking straight at you.
Ugh.
But it doesn't have much of a mouth, right?
It has a very small mouth.
Okay, can I just like try and like scoop my arms around it and drag it down, like to the ground, flying
Ooh.
like?
Roll kick some ass.
Okay.
Where's the John Cena music?
Roll plus tough. Okay. Tough. Click. Submit. Not particularly tough.
Give it the guillotine, lass.
Oh my
It don't work
God,
too
Rose
well.
has gone to shit.
The-
That's 3 XP in the last 4 rolls.
It's because I'm in
Wow.
a tree. Wait, I get XP?
Yeah, you should have marked 3, 4.
Yeah, for every failed roll, you get another one.
Oh, okay. Didn't know
Yeah.
That one that you
You're, like,
used,
one
that one that
away
you used luck
from-
on, you don't get though.
Okay, so that's
this has got
2?
3.
Um,
You've got at least 3 experience sitting there.
Yeah.
yeah. So let me know when you get to 5. All right.
Okay, so I guess I have
so
one more.
I know what you were trying to do. You try
Yeah.
to whip around, but its claws are still like stuck in your wings, and instead it rips out of your wings and it uses its body and it just sort of rams you as hard as it can. And you instead fall out of this tree and hit the ground with a thud, and you would take 2 points of damage, but you have armor. So you just have the wind kind of knocked out of you. And
Is it still in the tree?
Montague, you have a clear shot.
Whew.
I would like to kiss some. I would like to kick some ass.
Go ahead.
Caught Montague eating a s'more. He recently just discovered s'mores. This future food is amazing.
Future food. It's
Gooey and crunchy.
Roll that tough.
Do you know how far chocolate has to come to get to the get to the Queen's Kingdom?
Imagine when oranges were like amazing.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, I had to travel.
Oh my
no.
god, I got an orange.
I would like to point at that 10 I just rolled to kick some ass. Wait, nope, that's not right. That was a 5.
Are you sure that's not a 12 because you're extremely lucky?
My God,
You can
use
use
your
luck
luck.
if you want.
I would like
Oh.
it to be lucky and not hit me.
You know what? I'll use luck.
Okay.
It's the first shot at the actual monster. I'm gonna use some luck.
All right, so you get an extra effect. So look at that PDF, and you get an extra effect on your 10 plus.
Okay, so it's we'll choose one from the 10 and then
Yes.
pick another one, or
Yeah, you just choose
Just
one
an-
from this list. It's you gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, +1 harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them. So it's up to you which of those you want.
You sound like that Sketsky from the Dark Crystal.
Shoot it out of the tree.
Shoot at the tree?
No, shoot it out of the tree.
Shoot it out of the tree. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Let's go with yeah, okay,
Shoot
we'll
it
get
at
it to
the
where we
tree.
want. I want to shoot it and make it fall out of the tree to the ground right
Okay.
beside Wee Willie.
So you shoot it out of the tree. How much harm does your gun do?
It's 2 harm.
2 harm. Okay. Where's my list?
I think I was floating up into the tree at it.
Yeah. You watch as it falls to the ground. It takes another harm when it hits the ground because this was a really big tree.
Nice.
Nice.
And you have shot it, but it is still going. Like, this thing looks super angry. And it is
Gord,
gonna
do you
go
have a
for
weapon?
the person that is closest to it and the one on the ground. And so it starts to run towards Gatria. And I will let one of you guys have the choice to do something next.
Gord, do you have a move here, lad?
I can shoot it with my gun.
Okay, you're welcome to do that.
I'm gonna
What sort
kick
of pistol do you
some-
have there,
Kick some
Gord?
ass.
I think it's a 9mm. Yeah, it is. Tough. Ooh, it's not good.
Oh, how do you roll?
I have -1 tough.
All
You
right.
strip the tree of the bark, lad?
Do you accept that? Because
No, I'll use my luck. There's no time.
all right. So instead of shooting your friend, which is what you were gonna do, you shoot this thing, and where were you aiming?
For its tiny little mouth.
All right.
Yeah. Get it in the mouth.
I might as well shoot for the smallest thing, right?
You catch this thing across the jaw. And how much harm does your gun do?
Oh, 2.
2. Okay.
Close and loud. So I guess I was pretty close.
Yeah, you're pretty
Very
close.
loud.
All right. So you do 2 harm to this thing. And it's still, like, really interested in attacking Gatria. And so it grabs Gatria by the shoulders. And it leans close to Gatria. And it looks at her in the eyes. And Gatria...
Uh-oh.
And
Sucks your soul out.
I need you.
I
need you to roll sharp.
Sharp. 6.
Hold
Oh,
on,
no.
lass. I'm coming for you.
Okay. We're good with that?
What's she roll?
Well,
Oh, come on now.
what is a 6?
That's
That's
a
bad.
failure.
We did our best to find the thing, found
Well,
it.
see, if we
and
only have
can't-
2 luck, and I use my second luck, and every time I spend luck, Darkside's needs get nastier, I might murder one of you guys or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
don't do it.
Huh?
Are you? How much more damage can you take?
I said
Whenever, yeah.
She's at I
Uh,
think she's only at 1 damage.
No, I'm at 2 damage.
Oh, are you?
So
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna use my luck.
Okay, that's fine then. All right, so this is what happens. You look
Okay.
into this creature's eyes, and you are immediately overtaken by terrifying, horrible images. You can't see your hands in front of you. You have this deep sense of cold, unshakable fear. You have -2 to all of your rolls.
No.
And take 2 points of armor defeating damage.
Okay, good, cool. What's
Well-
this unstable thing? I don't get unstable, do I?
Yes, you do.
What does that mean?
It means
I'm-
that
I'm
if
past-
you move, you'll hurt yourself. All right, guys, who wants to go next?
Whisper descends upon the beast that has his friend in its thrall, and great tendrils of energy flow from him. You'll not have her today, you beastie.
And I'm going to make a huge weird attack with my energy, life draining, soul sucking attack.
Do it.
14.
Whoa.
Ba-da-da-da.
Dang, man. How much damage does that do?
Woo!
2?
That's 2, but it's armor negating.
Yeah. Armor
I
negating or
f-
armor
How do I
defeating?
feel when its life energy flows into me?
Yeah, you feel like this thing feels like sick. Like it feels awful. When you start to
Oh,
drain
it's
this
certainly
creature.
not Capri
But at the
Sun,
same time,
that's
like
for
you
sure.
notice this creature is a little slower and a little more just
Okay, would that give a Gatra? Oh, she can't move, eh?
I can move my arms probably.
You can move. I'm just saying, like, when you're unstable, it just means that the more you move, the more likely you are to hurt yourself. So if you do get hurt, you could have extra hurt, you know?
Okay, so can I just like reach down and pull my 9mm out? Because I mean, it's pretty gosh darn close, and just try and like blindly shoot in front of me?
Absolutely.
Unload in its belly.
I do that.
Okay, roll kick some ass.
Okay. That's tough?
Yeah, it's plus your tough and then -2.
Okay. So 7. I just used my luck. I'm feeling lucky.
Okay, so you're gonna use your luck for this?
Oh no!
Uh-huh.
All right, you're out of luck. You all right. So
She's
you
gone
shoot
dark.
This thing. How much? You actually managed to hit it just amazingly, just because it's still kind of on top of you. Otherwise, like there's just no chance. You probably actually shoot through Willie's incorporeal body.
I don't even know. I
can't.
don't know what's going on. I'm just like,
but you're
That
just shooting
tickles.
blindly at the monsters that you see in your hallucinations. And,
well, isn't it like
how much?
still kind of
how
on
much
top of me?
damage does that do?
2 harm, close, loud.
I bet that crowd's probably dispersing pretty fast. What the hell's going on over there?
Yeah, well, this is all taking place very quickly. And you shoot this thing, and it like flies off of you with the force of the bullets, and it gets up and it turns around and it looks at the 2 other people that are with it because it wants to get you guys next, and it's gonna take a run for Montague. Montague, what do you do?
Haven't I, lads? The thing's hungry.
At this point, Montague would have reloaded, so he's going to shoot it in the face if it starts coming towards him.
Okay, roll.
By the
kick some
time it
ass.
comes around to your turn, you've had 5 minutes to reload your blunderbuss.
Yeah. Roll kick some ass.
Don't have a blunderbuss. It's a legitimate gun.
I've got cartridges, man.
Yeah. Oh God.
Man, y'all
You're
rolled
really
so well
so good
early
when it-
on.
So good earlier.
All right, you missed this thing. You miss it
I'm not
Yep.
having a problem.
so badly, and not only do you miss it, but your
Gotcha.
old butt gun jams.
Damn it.
Your gun jams,
was
and this thing tackles you to the ground and slashes at your chest and causes 3 points of damage.
Oh dear.
Would somebody else like to react?
I have armor. So what's the deal with armor there? Because I've got 2
You
armor.
subtract it
then you
from,
take
from
1
the
point of
damage it
damage.
does.
1 point of damage. Okay.
And would somebody else like to react to this?
Yep. So is it like it's right on top of it's right on top of Reggie here?
It is.
Reginald Montague. I have a concealed weapon. It's called a garrote, which I call a piano wire. And I'm just
garrote?
gonna jump on. That's the thing, yeah. And I'm just gonna try and choke him and pull him
Okay,
off.
roll kick some ass.
Do you mean an Italian necktie?
That's racist. You can't say that, Paul.
That's-
Italians are
Is it
people too.
racist? Well,
A necktie?
Italians. Hey, look at me, tough guy.
All right, so on a kick some ass roll, you exchange harm. So what happens is you
Ooh.
wrap this thing around the neck with the garrote, and it bites into this thing's skin. And how much damage does the garrote do?
3.
Okay, cool.
whoa!
So it like bites into this 3.
Take
Mhm.
its head clear off, laddie.
So you hook this thing from behind and pull it off of your friend, and it kind of like collapses to the ground with you on it, and it knocks the air right out of you, and it does you 2 points of damage.
Ouch.
But at the same time,
Do
you
you have
just
armor at
hold
all,
on to
Gord?
this thing, and you keep just pulling as hard as you can, and you kind of like saw it with your hands back and forth, and you feel it break skin, and you just pull through, and
Oh, God.
you hear this creature start making a gurgling noise, and then very quickly it stops moving.
Woo!
Wow.
I don't know what's going on. Can I throw my big knife?
No,
It's on top of me.
because it stopped
You
moving.
knocked it unconscious.
And
it's
as soon as it does, your mind clears quickly.
Oh, it does. Oh, that's fantastic news. That
That's a
was
bit
really
of
terrifying.
overkill, lassie.
Oh no, I'm seeing all kinds of stuff going on around me. I was hallucinating. Maybe
This
I
thing
wasn't
has
throwing it at that
fallen
creature.
onto the ground, and you guys, it seems dead.
Does it look human now? Is it going to revert to human form?
No, it's.
I'm like, get this thing off of me! Get it off of me!
Oh, good, good, good.
Sure it's dead.
What do you guys do?
Can I read a bad situation?
Yes, you
I
can.
go floating around looking for my body, which fell into the bog. And
You
when I
find
do
it,
find
it's covered
it,
in bog juices.
Ew.
oh, I re-corporalize myself on my bones. I stand up out of the bog and I say, "This is going to be one hell of a dry cleaning bill."
So you,
I guess,
you rolled a 12, so you get to ask me 3 questions. You're rolling read a bad situation, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
he's not sure it's over.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
No. You are 100% sure this thing is dead.
What
No.
about Gatrio?
I'm concerned it has friends.
Yeah, there's nothing else around here. In fact, you start to hear people kind of like calming down. Like you hear sounds of like people in the distance are like starting to breathe normally again. Like you get the idea that you're probably those couple people that you found probably weren't the only ones that were under this creature's influence. They were just the only ones far enough gone for you to notice.
We gotta hide this thing because we hide monsters from people, don't we?
Willie immediately moves past all of you to go get a fresh change of clothes out of his car.
Nice.
Y'all can handle this.
So what do you do with the monster?
Oh, I'm not supposed to use the tube now. I'm back in my body.
Oh, we should hide it and bring it to the car, and then bury it somewhere. We
Okay.
don't have time to do that now.
So I will say you guys are able to take it through the woods and bring it to the back of the car. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. This strange band of people with a horrible monster in the back seat. And a new friend that they've made. And we
Not
don't
on
know
the
where
leather.
that story
Not
will go,
on the
but,
leather.
maybe that'll be a story for another time.
High
Put it in
fives
the
all
boot.
around.
Good job,
Hey,
guys.
you
You
can
did
do a
it.
real life one.
Good job, gang.
You killed my monster.
None of us died.
That's
Woohoo!
right.
I thought I might have.
One of you was unstable,
You're
so
close.
the first stop is definitely taking like Gatria to the hospital.
But I can't let them see my wing, and that's the part that's all messed up.
I
It
drive by
disappears.
so many
Don't
dry
worry, it heals on
cleaners
its own
and my
after.
eyes just follow them like I really want to go there first and someone's like, no, hospital. Nope.
So if it disappears, does it automatically heal itself?
Yeah, your wing will heal over time,
Oh, okay.
so you don't have to worry about that.
'Kay,
Before we left though, did anybody check on those folks that were already affected? Like that kid, like the teenager in the room?
Yeah, I think before
Oh
you
yeah.
guys,
I
before
went
you guys left,
through
you
and I
would've
was like,
checked on them
oh,
and
there was
they're
like,
fine.
yeah, there was a gas leak.
Hmm.
We fixed it. Everyone should stop feeling so weird.
Everybody
You
looked
got
at
like
this
the
like,
neuralizer.
That's right. You should probably drink a
Yes.
bunch of milk and it'll settle your
Dragon Knights
stomach.
actually have the ability to wipe people's memories, so you probably did a fair amount of that. While
some
limping
swamp
around
gas
and bleeding
ignited
profusely.
along the light of the moon.
Well, that was a ton of fun. You guys did amazing. I love your characters, and I definitely want to have you guys back sometime. But it is getting late where I am, and I think you.
It's getting late here too.
Yeah,
And
it's
how?
getting pretty late, and it is a Wednesday, so I imagine
Mhm.
most of us have work in the morning. I want to go around real quick, and Paul, would you mind real quick telling us about your show?
Oh yeah, all right. Our show is another role-playing game kind of podcast called .ZeroStar, and if you were to search for it, it's decimal zero star, all one word. I am well, our version of a game master is the Stargazer, so I'm the Stargazer, and everybody else here plays in the show, including my lovely wife, Sam, and Maddie and Jake, and Jake's brother Tom. We are playing Uncharted Worlds, which is a lot like Monster of the Week. A lot of the rules are exactly the same.
It's also a Powered by the Apocalypse game.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
And we have about 11 episodes out right now. We're taking our time with the last couple because it's the finale of the season and we want to get them out and sounding right. And so Uncharted Worlds is a sci-fi game, and we're playing a science fiction story kind of based around the series The Expanse, sort of like that kind of like we tried so hard. I tried so hard to keep it to actual science, but somebody wanted a floating space slug that can suck up people's fear and other stuff. And
Spoilers.
It starts, yeah, of course, right? Somebody wants something random and awesome. And I'm like, oh, all right. It starts with the crew of the Mary Shelley, of which Jake is the captain. Captain Russ Duckers. Maddie plays Vinyl Flyaway, a well-to-do kind of brat.
Brat?
that wants to succeed in getting away from his family. And Nedra is played by Sam, who is kind of trying to lay low, along with Jake's brother's character, Tom. He's also kind of trying to lay low. They are the crew of the Mary Shelley. And at the very beginning of the series, they discover a huge cargo container-sized black box, which is more than what it seems. And the whole first season is just them trying to figure out what it is, what it's worth, and whether or not they can sell it.
All right, cool. And Paul, if they want to find the show on social media, where can they find it?
.ZeroStar's Twitter account is at pod_0. You can see all of our Twitter accounts here. And if you're looking for us, you can find us on Facebook also. Just look for .ZeroStar or again, decimal .ZeroStar, all one word. And we have a Patreon. And if you contribute to the Patreon, Maddie and Jake are sneakily working on something else that's going to be worth going in for that. Cool. And it could help us buy sound effects and make the show sound better.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. I literally got Twitter for today. I have no friends and no followers.
Yeah,
Maddie, we can be friends.
Everybody go follow Matt.
I'm Matt. Or no, I think I'm Vinyl at Flyway Inc.
It says
there. Now I'm your first friend.
Flyway Inc. It's on the screen, so everyone can see that one.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if you want to follow all these lovely people, you can follow them on their Twitter accounts, which are linked, or Jake's is an Instagram account. So.
And we're looking forward to having Susannah on our show in season 2. Although no telling yet who she's going to play.
Something, that's what I keep yelling at. Stop.
Oh, cats. We have 3 of those.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but we plan on having Susannah on in season 2 as a guest.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
So, as always, I am Keeper Susannah on social media, or you can find us at Thornvale Cast on Twitter. If you haven't listened to Thornvale, I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat has, so except for maybe some of you guys, but you should check it out.
I'm all caught up.
It's another Monster of the Week game. It's a much more in-depth Monster of the Week game than this one, since this one's just a one-shot. But it is a ton of fun, and you guys should all go check out their show, and you should check out our show, and we will see you sometime in October. I don't know when, but sometime in October we're going to be hosting the Fellas from the Crit Show, and I am super excited about that. So we'll let you know as soon as we know. We'll let you know on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as soon as we know when that will be.
Don't forget you're putting out like 3 books at once or something, eh?
Yeah, okay, so I'm also, on Halloween, I'm also releasing the first 3 of the Deep Hollow novellas as one book, and that is where Thornvale actually started. The concept for the Dragon Knights world, and this show, I guess, was from my Deep Hollow series, and I haven't actually put the books out, but so, keep an ear out for those. I'll probably have more of an announcement in October when we host the crit show. And hey, Hound, if your people want to join us sometime, you should tell them. If the Shady Hollow people want to come on the show at some point, I would love to do that. So let them know. All right. Until then, until the next time, I will see you guys later. And thanks you everyone for coming on board.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Have a good one. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you later.